Hey everyone, welcome back to the Keep Watching podcast, where we decide what to watch so you don't have to. I'm James.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we're going to be talking about Transit Love 3, episodes 7, 8, and 9. Sarah, how are you feeling about Transit Love 3 right now? What mood are you in?
I'm in a good mood. I'm still digging it. Nobody has pissed me off to the point where I can't stand watching them anymore.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, sure, there are people I don't approve of their behavior or whatever, but, you know, there's enough other stuff going on that, yeah, I'm not angry.
Okay.
Was I angry at this point in the season last time? I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I actually don't remember. I don't remember when it all really went
When
downhill.
it all turned around? Yeah.
I think we're going downhill now. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if we've gotten as low as we definitely haven't gotten as low as season two,
No.
but I feel like we're heading that direction.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm feeling very sassy right now.
Sassy?
Sassy.
That feels like the norm for you.
What? Really?
I feel you do come with a certain amount of sassiness.
Like when we talk about this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'm really feeling it. Right
Oh. Brace yourselves. Jeez.
No, I was watching. I was like, I started watching episode 7, and I hadn't got that far in. I was like, you know what? You know, if I was like experiencing like the stages of grief with the show, you know, I really felt like I had gotten to acceptance. You know, like this show's never gonna be what I want it to be. You know?
Okay.
It's just not. And you know what? Let's just watch it and, you know, enjoy it for what it is.
Okay.
But, you know, yeah, this show can't not trigger me. So
So you've circled back around to anger again. Okay,
I mean, I
okay.
still accept. I understand logically. I understand that this show will never be what I want it to be. But
And to be clear, what you want it to be is Lovecatcher and Bali, right? That's what you want it to be.
I want it to be more of like, let's get over exes than let's try to get the exes back together. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's just not what it is, and it's never going to be that, you know. It's so yeah, well, I forget what I was going to say.
You are locked and loaded with a bunch of sassy content.
If I have the podcast about it, I'm gonna say what I want to say about the things that I do.
Yeah.
That I'm experiencing while watching this, but I just want to let everyone know I accept it now. I accept it's not going to be what I want to be. I'm not going to try to make it what I want it to be anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't wait to see what that means for this podcast episode.
Speaking about me not trying to make it what I want to make it anymore, nobody likes the way that I podcast about this show. So
no, I think it's just last time we were a little all over the place in terms of.
Yeah, I listened to it when I edited it. And I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. But everybody else was like, nah. So, yeah. Sarah's going to do the driving today. And what strategy will be...
Hey, it's going to be chronological.
Back to the basics.
That's the thing that makes sense to me.
Okay.
But I think we're going to take a light pass at some sections of the show, you know? We don't need to know.
Hey, if you say something and it triggers, or whatever we're talking about triggers something that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
Can't hold me back, even if we're talking, even if it happens later.
I am well aware.
Yeah. Well, my notes aren't in chronological order, so this should be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
I think I'll be fine though, but Sarah will have to tell me the order in which things are happening. So Sarah is definitely going to have to drive this time. It sounds like you already won. It doesn't even matter. You already won. The listeners will automatically choose yours because it was their suggestion anyway.
Well, you know, I do what I can to make the people happy.
There you go. Oh, can I give an update on Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Sure.
Because I had not watched it. I just was letting people know it was available now. And then you were a little poo-poo about it because you watched like the intro trailer, and Aang was...
It wasn't even the intro trailer.
Yeah,
it was
the
random scene Netflix wanted to show me.
It's great. It's great.
Okay,
now, don't let Sarah's... whatever Sarah said last time, don't let that affect you. I shed way more tears watching Avatar: The Last Airbender than I did watching this show. That's for sure.
Okay, that's fair.
It's really good. Avatar: Last Airbender, you know, I'm biased because I love the animated show, but I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
well actually, because I love the animated show, I might hate the live action, but I think they do a good job with it.
Good to know. I will get around to trying it at some point.
And you thought Aang was flying. I think he was more falling with style.
That boy was just straight up flying. No glider.
Don't
just
worry,
like,
he'll get his
look at
glider
me, up in
later,
the
and then he'll
air.
fly up your approved way.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wait, are you ready to be shocked? I've been
Um.
watching an anime.
Oh, okay. That depends on what anime we'll go. Let's go.
It's on Netflix. It's called Delicious in Dungeon. It's basically a group of D&D adventurers going in a dungeon, but they are eating all the monsters. Like it's
Yeah, I
like
think I saw
cooking.
this. Okay.
Like ooh, what was that weird ass show that we watched?
Oh, can I interrupt you for
that
a
was
second?
cooking based. What?
New episodes of Physical 100
Oh,
coming this Tuesday, so that would be March 19th. Oh, baby.
well, dang.
That's exciting. Actually, I never finished watching season 1 of that show. Now that I think about it, I think I had like 2 episodes left. Wow, I gotta go finish season 1, and then I'll be ready for season 2. Sorry, go ahead. They're eating monsters in a dungeon.
Yeah, it's a lot like what was the weird cooking show we watched for this podcast?
Oh, Food Wars?
Yeah, like
Wait, what
in
about
the
it
way
is
that
the same?
in the way that it is about cooking. There I know everybody's clothes stays on when they eat in this anime. But
That's
like,
no fun at all. So it's just a worse version of Food Wars, is what you're telling me?
but it's like D&D-esque, so that's why I enjoy it. And
Okay.
I have one more episode to watch because they weren't all out when I started watching it, and I had to wait a week.
Give me the
I
title
will
again.
finish
I'll
that.
probably watch this now too.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Okay, yeah, I definitely saw the trailer for this. All right. Oh, it's actually on my watch list. I just never got around. Okay, I'll watch it.
Well, there we go.
I don't think it's going to beat Food Wars for me, but I'll try.
No, it definitely
Okay.
won't.
It won't.
But
Okay.
it was an anime I watched on purpose, so therefore it's notable.
Nice. Oh, you know what I did? I did some research
Uh-huh.
before we get into Transit Lab 3. This is related to Transit Lab 3.
Scared.
I did some Transit Lab 3 research. And by that I mean I looked up the Olympic records for Songjung.
Okay.
I got into episode 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch the race. I'm gonna go watch the 2014 3,000 meter. It is the relay, so it's the very exciting relay race. I watched it.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty spicy. Like Italy, tripped on one of the Korean players' skates and wiped out pretty early on the race. And but the Korean skater didn't go down.
Ooh.
And then it was pretty close between China and Korea. And I think Korea ended up winning anyway, but China actually got DQ'd.
Ooh.
At the very end of the race for trying to pull a move on Korea. But Korea was Korea basically almost could have got wiped out or got screwed twice, and they just didn't go down. But then I was listening to the names of the skaters in the race, and none of them were Songjung.
Oh. Well, maybe there was another event
I know what happened.
Okay.
Also, the storyline was that Korea got DQ'd in the finals in 2010 and didn't medal.
Okay.
Despite being one of the favorites, so it was a redemption Olympics for Korea in the race.
I love a nice story with the sports.
Yeah, so it was pretty exciting. However, there aren't that many countries that compete in the relay, at least the women's relay. There might only be 8 countries, and so they basically have 2 semifinal races and then a finals race. Songjung only competed in the semifinals race, so it was 5 people on a team, but only 4 race in each race. So she did get the gold medal for being on the team, but she was not in the finals race. And I didn't bother to go watch. I didn't bother to go watch the semifinals race. I didn't do that. They probably won the semifinals.
May or may not have been equally spicy. Who knows?
Oh, and so speed skating is on a 400-meter track, which is the same as an outdoor track. Okay. And then short track speed skating, which is what Songjung does, is on a 111-meter track. So it's basically you could do it on a hockey rink.
Ah.
So those are the size. Just to correct some of the things I said wrong last time.
I surely didn't notice.
I also got spoiled on her age, which I ended up getting wrong because I forgot that it happened last year. So I thought she was going to be 28, but she's going to end up being 27.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to go check it out. And that's my update on that.
Nice.
All right. Are you ready to start talking about
what we
watched
let's
here
do
in
it.
episodes 7 through 9? Okay. Where do we
Real quick
leave off
though,
in episode
yeah, where
6?
do we leave off on episode 6?
There was
Um,
some shit was going down with Quante and Yu Jong, right?
yeah, it was like nighttime,
Quante
and
was asking everybody out,
he
like
was
all two
asking, he was
people.
like hanging out on the second floor, just taking shots, asking people out, and I think he asked out Yu Jung first, and then she overheard him asking out Sokyun, I believe.
Yeah, but their interaction was weird. Like he asked out Yu Jong, and then Yu Jong was like, "Oh, I'm busy in the morning." He was like, "Oh, okay," and they like didn't make plans.
Right.
Yeah, and then she, I guess, overheard him to some
Or at
degree.
least saw him in her room or
Yeah,
something.
Yu Jong is like very cautious about being anybody's like second favorite.
Which I have theories about, but yeah.
You have
We
theories
do at
about
the end of at the end of these 3 episodes, we find out who her ex is, and they don't talk about why they broke up, except that it was his fault. And whenever they do that, I'm like, that person cheated. That must be what happened.
Oh, you think it's
So-
you think it's actually that bad? I
I mean,
actually had
if
the
they
opposite
tell us
theory on
about
that.
it, it probably won't be. But like, if they never tell us why, I'm just gonna assume that's what it was.
Do you want to hear my theory on this? On that, I
Yeah.
actually had the opposite theory of that
Oh, okay.
because I feel like they must tell them the breakup story, but I
Mhm.
think the show strategically like decides whether or not they want us to know how they broke up. And if they
Ah.
don't give us the the proper breakup story, I feel like it's an indication that like they're gonna get back together in the end of the show. They're only
Okay,
giving us the
okay.
good stuff, which is why it really seems like Dongjin and Dahye should be up.
Aren't
Like
getting back
if they don't end
together.
up
Yeah,
together at the
yeah.
end of the show, I'm actually just confused at this point. To be honest,
Wait, if Dongjin and Dahe don't end up
yeah,
together?
because it's like so much part of the show still, and supposedly there's nothing, and maybe they just have to
Hmm.
fill like so much time, so much TV time
Mm.
that they just put in anything they can get. But like, there's almost no interaction between them.
Interesting.
But like their story is not going away.
Yeah. I don't know. By the end of this, it starts to take a turn. At least,
But every
the
turn
end of
is
these
like
3 episodes.
well, like every turn is like Dongjin is like seeing her, and it's like making him feel a certain way. But then he's like, but she deserves it, and like they're both
Yeah, he's
very
being
healthy with how they do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That is what I really enjoy about this season. Is the two of them are displaying some mostly healthy behavior as adults towards this former relationship
Yeah.
they had.
I mean, at this point, they've been so good about it that I'm actually like wouldn't mind them getting back together
Okay.
because like they've actually been adults about it, and they're not doing what everybody else is doing, which is like, oh, when my ex treats me poorly, or I think they're treating me poorly, then I start, or I get jealous or whatever, then I start being into my ex again. It's like, they're not doing that. They're not doing that, and that they're actually like doing the thing that you would do if you actually love somebody, which is
Mhm.
like, oh, they're having a good time without me, but that's fine because I actually love them and want them to be happy.
It's funny that you've turned around on like being okay with them getting back together, because I started with these two must be back together, and now I'm like, it's okay if they move on, just because I'm loving how they're modeling this adult behavior, and like it's a healthy relationship for one.
Well, we never got what was really unhealthy about their relationship, which is again why I think they're gonna get back together. But yeah, like I'm fine if they don't get back together. But if they do like eventually actually talk to each other in the show and then it like works out, I'm not like against it anymore. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they didn't do like the jealous ex thing that everybody else is doing on the show. They actually like gave each other a chance to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
and then it didn't work out, and then they got back together. It's like, okay, that's like two people that actually love each other for like
Yeah.
each other, and not just their own like greedy, selfish feelings
Yeah.
that they're having. Yeah. So I'm back to am I actively rooting for it? I don't know about that, but like I'm not gonna be upset if it happens. Is kind of how I am. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I'm rooting for them. I'm definitely rooting for Dahye. Dongjin, I don't know if I'm like that excited about Dongjin, but
No, I think it's great.
he hasn't had much success with his dates so far, and it's a little
Eh.
it's a little painful to watch, but
He's been out of the dating game for
I
a
know.
long ass time.
I know it's just a little formal. It's not my style, but whatever. I'm not against the guy, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
okay. Do you want to know what my favorite part of these 3 episodes was,
Yeah.
Sarah? My favorite part was the X reveal in episode 7. That was my favorite part.
X reveal, and
Yeah,
they
because
didn't do a.
they always do X reveals on every other episode. So
I
that was my favorite
okay.
part.
They broke the format that they had set up so
No,
far.
it was
You're
my favorite
right.
part. Like I loved the X
Okay, because it
reveals.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Fine.
No,
I will
I hated
accept
that we
this
didn't
shade.
get one. I hated that we didn't get one. But I was promised by this Transit Love gods that there would be an X reveal.
Wait, is that who I am? The speaker for the
that's what you were
Transit Love
claiming
God?
to be for the last 2 podcasts. You said, no, every other episode they're going to do one. Nope. Didn't happen.
They set up a pattern. I fell for it.
Feeling real sassy today, Sarah. Watch out.
All right, bring it. Let's go.
I'm so ready for phase 2 of this show, though. And that is when we know who all of the X's are. We're so close,
like
but then they're going to add... They're going to add
they
2
might
more
add
people.
another set of people. Yeah, you're right.
You're also definitely wrong about the Quante. Quante and Sangjong are not X's. That's not going to be a thing.
I think there's still a chance, but okay, we'll see.
I mean, okay, there definitely is still a chance, but no, it's not. That's not the case.
All right.
So, like, to me, I said it's going down. Like, I just feel like it's dragging a little bit. Things are starting to settle a little bit, I feel like, in terms of, like, who's actually interested in who. And we're down to basically, like, okay, these people like this person or their ex. And that's kind of what the show ends up being, right? It's like a choice between their ex and one other person. And we've kind of settled down to that. Also, can I just get in my complaint about the length of the episode? This is my required complaint.
Oh, yeah. Geez, like 2.5 hours is a lot for an episode.
Yeah.
Lot.
Episodes 8 and 9 were 2.5 hours. Just so people know that it's not just this show. For the first time ever, like Survivor does 2 hours premieres often. And it's good for the premiere. It's hype. You know, give me my 2-hour premiere. For the first time ever, for whatever like scheduling situation they had on CBS, they did a 2-hour second episode of Survivor. It was too long. It was too long.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
It took so long to get to the immunity challenge. We got like a couple funny scenes that maybe like we wouldn't have gotten otherwise, but it dragged a little bit. And now we kind of know like 90 minutes is very much the sweet spot for Survivor. For a regular episode. The finales are usually like still like 3 hours, but that's just
3
how it is. I'll even admit finale of Survivor drags sometimes.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, it's a lot, the show. So it doesn't help.
Absolutely.
It doesn't help when I'm starting to feel it drags, and it's also like also, you know, there might have been a segment of this show that I refused to watch, and we'll get to that when we get to that.
I'm sure I know what it is.
Yep, I bet you do.
But I think I saw a thing where like originally we thought this was going to be 16 episodes for this season, and then they went, nope, oops, it's 20. So buckle up.
Yeah, that's what I heard, or I saw listeners talking about that. I didn't verify it myself, but I'm just along for the ride at this point, no matter what happens. Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's get into it. Okay.
All right. Episode 7, About My Ex, is the name of the episode.
Yes, we are still on the evening of day 4, and we get a little scene where Monte's following around Yoo-jung and sad about how he couldn't go out on a date with her, and she is annoyed because she is pretty sure that she is his second choice. This is a theme that follows for a while between the two of them.
The thing is, didn't she feel the same way about Ju-won also? But she's gonna end up liking Ju-won the most out of everybody, so it's not. But I guess, did she give Dongjin a chance first?
I don't think Dongjin was ever.
They did go on a date before. Like, she went on the date with Dongjin the next day before she went on a date with Quante.
Yeah, but I don't think she was ever really vibing with Dongjin, like, at all. But yeah, she is annoyed with Quante because he's, you know, like saying things like he wants to go out on a date with her, and she like calls him out for not texting her. So she's like, clearly I'm your second choice. And then
he called him out on it.
Yeah.
That's like Yoo-jung's thing. You can't get anything by this girl.
Yeah. I love that about her. She's just like, I'm gonna talk about it.
I mean, I think, is she a little too self-conscious about it all? Yeah. But
I mean, but is she completely accurate? Like
her mind is like
for a lot of this,
focused on it and picking up on everything.
And then later, she, Quante, and Ju-won are all together talking about like expressing their feelings or whatever, and she says a lot of oh, I didn't get a text from the person I wanted. And she keeps like looking pointedly at Ju-on and sort of trying to get him to understand that he is the one she is interested in. And I think he finally figures it out a little bit.
Doesn't she like try to hide the fact that she's going on a date with Dongjin though? From them? From like both of them, from Ju-on and
I think, well, that is from the show perspective, right? Because, oh wait, they're going on an unofficial date.
Yeah. I feel like mostly to Ju-on, she was like, didn't want to talk about the fact that she was going on a date with Dongjin. But I guess like when they actually do go on the date, they don't make it that discreet, right? They just like leave the house at the same time.
Yeah, I think so. But like when she's waiting around on the couch for like him to get ready or whatever, she's talking to Ju-on and she's like, oh, I'm just going out, not on a date or whatever, but like in a flirty, sassy sort of way. Like they both know she's going on a date, but they're having a playful banter about it where he's just like, oh, I wish you weren't going or whatever, She
didn't have to keep that a secret, right? Like that was a choice. It wasn't a show.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I have this quote from Yoo-jung. Yoo-jung thinks Kwante is committed to becoming intimate with the female participants and spend some time alone with them, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, fair. I don't know that I enjoy him. He's just there and I'm not really rooting for anything to happen with him because I don't know that I believe anything he says.
Yeah. I feel like if his moves were working on somebody or working in general, then you would like Kwante. It's like that kind of thing where it's like if it's working and it's cute and the woman is into it, it's going to be cute, right? But when it's not working and Yoo-jung's not like secretly saying things in the confessional to make like against him, it's like, oh yeah, this Kwante dies too much. Yeah.
But it was working with Seokhyun, right? But he at some point during these episodes decides he's more interested in Yoo-jung.
Because Seokhyun doesn't text him, yeah. Seokhyun is all over the place, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But she also has like everybody coming after her, so I don't really blame her for being a little
in these 3 episodes
all over the place.
I guess, yeah. It is different. Like I don't think anybody's switched their texting as much. I can't think of anybody that switched their texting as much as Seokhyun does. For somebody that like can basically pick and choose who they want.
Well, no. She texts Kwante up until day 5, and then she texts her ex, and then she goes back to Kwante again.
Oh, so why did Kwante switch? I thought Kwante switched because she didn't text him.
I don't recall. Maybe we'll find out when we get to that section. But okay. I don't know. I feel he's just fickle, and he's decided he likes Yoo-jung a little bit more. There is some point where he says that he goes out on this date with Seokhyun, and he's like, "Oh, that was a comfortable date." But like going on a date with Yoo-jung is, gives him butterflies or whatever. So it's one of those things.
It was the butterfly thing. Yeah.
He likes to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like a weirdo.
Yeah. Kwante's got some nice comments later. At some point, I believe this is this conversation. Kwante compares Yoo-jung to a blobfish.
Oh, yeah, because they're wearing face masks.
Oh, they're wearing face masks. That's why. Blobfishes, though? Not something you want to be compared to.
The best.
Oh, yeah, wait. Who was the other guy doing the masks with them? Was that Dongjin?
Dongjin, yeah.
It was Dongjin, okay. Oh, yeah, because Dahae came and then he left. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly didn't know who it was until that happened.
So, yeah, that's pretty much the evening. On to the next day where we get to see some dates.
Okay.
We have the Dongjin Yoo-jung driving date. We find out it's Friday. We're always desperate to figure out what day it is.
Oh yeah, I was way off on the day of the weekend. I thought the weekend was like a few days ago. It's like, no, we're just getting to the weekend in these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So which means I think they started on a Monday, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dongjin is going to take Yoo-jung someplace far away.
Yeah, just because he wants to drive for a while. Like that's
how you get him. Good
I mean, that honestly, he had to go on so many just driving dates probably in his relationship with Dahae, because that's how you don't get caught. That's probably just.
I was thinking if you actually just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, that too.
Get them to agree to get in the car with you and just drive something really, really far away. Good strats.
Wait, but before they leave,
later Yoo-jung is going to get in the car with somebody who's like, we're not going very far, are we? That's with Kwante, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is funny because both, I don't think she liked this date, And she also did not want to be on that date with Kwon Tae.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it takes 2 hours to get there because of traffic.
Yeah. But like right before they go on this date, Dahye has this great move to try and talk to Dongjin, which is she asks if she can change her pants in his bathroom. And then she just leaves. Like, they barely talk. It is the very awkward, sad moment, but it was funny to me where she's just like, can I change my pants in your bathroom when her bedroom is 10 steps away?
It was another one of those scenes where it's like, yeah, why is this in the show? It's because it's like, oh, this... It was like a nothing scene, but this is going to be a thing. This isn't going away.
Mm-hmm. There will be many more times of her entering a room and then him just leaving.
Yeah.
And it's awkward and sad, but there you go.
But it's going to work out in the end, don't worry.
Maybe. But yeah, so this place he takes her to is 2 hours away, and they go, and it's like some cafe, like a bakery or something, I guess. And she doesn't like sweets, and he's just like, I fucked up this entire day.
She also doesn't like coffee. She doesn't like coffee either.
Yeah, she doesn't like coffee. She doesn't like sweets. She theoretically did not like the long drive.
Cafe bakery, that's where you want to go.
Yeah, it's
The key was the long drive though, so he nailed it.
But yeah, then we get a confessional from her where she's like, the bad date wasn't bad, but she didn't feel like she wanted to get to know him more after the date. So that feels like that was a bad date.
I feel like she was like a little 50-50. Like she said something about like wanting to get a real meal with him or something.
Yeah, she
but
said
like
that
then she's
to
like,
him.
I'm also not that interested or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't know how much of that was just like her saying a nice thing to him, even though that's not really her MO. I don't know.
I feel like Yu Jung is like one of the people I have like the least vibes about on the show, and I just feel like she's not that into anybody.
Okay. Really? Even by the end of these 3 episodes?
It's either that or she's been under edited because her ex hasn't been here, and then we're gonna get more as this goes along.
I think we are definitely gonna get more as this goes along.
Because she's just kind of been like the cool like the cool model, and like other than that, she's been nothing. I feel like she's as like a character on this TV show. I feel like she's had no depth so far. But
yeah,
that's
you're
just
not
how
wrong.
I felt. Okay, there's a lot of bad dates in these 3 episodes. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I thought they were cute, but yeah, there was like nothing in terms of like their relationship. There was nothing.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Also, Dongjin basically just thinks she's the hottest. Like they asked her like why he liked her, like maybe the producers did, and he was just like, "Oh, I thought she was most attractive or something." Like there wasn't any like
fair,
personality reason. Again, like I don't know what Yu Jung's personality is either, so I don't know what he would be able to go off of. So,
and it's like day 5. You don't know too much about a person. Maybe I don't think he's gotten much of a chance to like just talk to her in the house up to this point.
I feel like most of the people have had a personality at least.
Yeah, I guess
at this point. But I thought it was a little fair to be like, yeah, I don't really know what her personality is, but she's hot.
Yeah, that's true. But he still seems to be into her by the end of this, I think, at least.
He is, but he also knows it didn't go well, I think.
Yeah.
He's going to... Dongjin's story is like, he's going to try with somebody, and then it's going to be like, oh yeah, that's not working out. And then he's going to just try... Dongjin is trying so hard to just be with anybody besides Dahye.
he's out here dating, it's
he's
you
trying
try
to make
something
it work
with somebody, go
anybody,
it doesn't work,
anybody
move on,
Dahye.
I think he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. It's okay.
It's fine. It's just knowing where the story's going.
Okay, that's fair.
He's really trying not to make it go that way, but he might have no choice by the end of this thing. All right, I have no idea what happens next.
Back at the house, we've got Kwon Tae and Seokhyun are hanging out, vibing, as I feel like they were at the beginning of these 3 episodes. In the dining room, she's still kind of sick, and Ju-won comes through, and she's just like, "Oh, make me food." This is the like beginning of like, I feel like she's just like, "Okay, it's fine. I'll ask him to make me food all the time."
Is this the
like,
porridge
she's used
thing?
to that from their relationship. Yeah,
the porridge thing.
She wants porridge because she's feeling sick, and so she's just like, "You make me food." Like she's gotten real comfy and like. I don't know.
Okay,
maybe not.
I'm gonna bring it up now.
That...
I'm gonna bring it up now.
Okay. Yeah.
She texts him right at the end of this day.
She texts him at the end of this day. Yes.
Yeah, and it's something about the porridge, right?
It is.
I have a fan fiction theory that could be nonfiction, but I have not fact checked this.
All right. Fascinating.
I think Seokhyun has texted whoever made her food that day.
Whoever made her food. No. Quante doesn't make food, does he?
Yeah, in episode 1, he was the chef, and she texted him.
Was the chef? Okay.
And then Quante
then
made with Dongjin one night. Made the food.
Okay.
I think she just likes whoever makes her food. I think that's literally the formula with her.
Wait, now I gotta check.
I know. This is crazy, right? Don't check it. It's better if we don't check it, because it might not be true for one day, and then I'm gonna be upset. But
no, because you're right. At the end of this episode, she texts Dongjin about chicken.
Let's go.
Maybe
it's literally that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do with Seokyeon. It's just she just likes whoever makes her food. And that's literally what all Juwon made her food all the time until You know, I bet the day they broke up, he made like the shittiest food ever. And she was, you know what? Fuck this relationship. I'm out. Never talking to you again. Block you on all socials. Get better at cooking, bro. I bet that's what happened. They left that detail out.
I absolutely subscribe to this fan fiction now. She is very food driven. Whoever makes her food is going to win in the end. Yes.
100%. You just have to make her food on the last day.
Yeah.
The rest of the days don't matter. Okay.
Yeah, you've like blown my mind a bit. Jeez.
It's just that easy, bros. All right. What were we talking about? They're making porridge.
Just that this is when, yeah. She's like, this is where she really starts just asking Juwon to make her food all the time, because that's what she's used to.
Yeah.
And like, even theoretically in front of this guy she's vibing with right now, she's like, hey, you other person, make me food.
Yeah. Didn't matter
interesting
that
choice.
He tried to make her like feel shitty about not texting him.
Yeah.
And called her a silly girl.
But I mean, like, if you need to use him to make you food, that's fine.
No, but then she's going to text him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
You know, all's forgiven if you make good porridge.
I guess so. But it didn't last long. He's got to continue to make the good porridge. Or whatever.
All right, most of my notes on Seokyeon is that she's very touchy with a lot of people, but I don't know when she touches people.
Like always.
Like right now? I don't know if that happened
I think nothing particular may have happened right now, I guess. It was early morning. She needs to warm up a little bit, I guess.
No, I think there was some tricep touching action here.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get some on Quante's arms, because Quante also enjoyed the porridge, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think this is now, yeah. I'm all about the Seokyeon touchiness.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because because Koreans are so something about physical contact.
At least as is portrayed to us on these shows, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it extends outside these shows too. It's like, not, because it's not even like exes don't have to be a formula. This is not like all the shows, right? Like touching. It's what people of the opposite sex, basically. Touching is the major one. Yeah. But it's very like funny to watch. And then I can shit on the people who are most terrible about it, which will be coming up later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the theme of these episodes. She's touching boys, and Juwon gets annoyed.
But then she's touching Juwon, and Juwon don't mind so much.
Exactly. But yeah, we do get a little bit of Quante here being like, yeah, let's get to know each other more, and like seeming like he's really into her before he makes his turn to just focus on Yujung for the rest of these.
Yeah. Is he still on Yujung by the end of these three? Quante?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, because Quante, I think in the last one, we talked about how he went from 3 to 2 to 1 text, and he's going to go down to 0.
Yes.
He got 3, 2, 1, 0, went back to 1, I think, for one of these, and then back to 0.
Yeah.
The Quante trajectory has been great.
It's not good for him, yeah.
But very, very funny to watch, though, for me.
Okay.
Alrighty. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Huihyun Haewon date. No, it's not a date. They're just hanging out in the living room, and they're like totally alone, so they can talk like exes. And I don't know. She's just checking in on him because he's studying all the time or whatever. And they want to go get some bingsu sometime, which is like a shaved ice style dessert. And so they like, it seems like things are going well with them for a brief moment, and later that will not be true.
Yes, it will not be true. I have no notes on this situation.
Well, it's just
I have no notes
thing,
on
like,
this scene.
Yeah. But like, it's I think important to like, it informs how Haewon takes things later. You know, like he's here still like portraying he's interested in her, and then stops doing that, and she does not enjoy it.
I mean, they're gonna each text each other at some point in these 3 episodes.
Yes.
And they're each gonna not text each other at some point in these 3 episodes.
Yes. That is true.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can wait for this to happen, but this is very much a like. There's a thing that's gonna happen, which is like based on, if I'm reading in between the line of people's comments, I think people are very anti Hui-hyun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as much. I'm not like on his team, but I'm not. I didn't think it was as big a deal as it needed to be. But
okay,
I guess we'll wait until we get through it. Okay.
It does feel like I think like the argument is similar to when you've had last season about, why am I terrible at names? Was it Guman and Taeyeon?
It's
like,
totally
why
different.
invite her?
Different. It's totally different.
If you're not interested.
It's totally different, but yeah, we can talk about it when we get to it.
Okay. I mean, we can talk about it now too. That's fine. The chronological format is a little free.
I don't know what it happens. I don't even know. I have no idea what happens. I just remember what happened.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I think it happens in like episode 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah. But I mean, either just like the idea, like I think it's been building so far, is that like he came on this show, basically told her the reasons he broke up with her were not what he told her, that he was interested in getting back together, and then proceeds to not be interested in getting back together.
What's your call? Do you want to talk about the candy thing now or no? Candies or no candies? We talking about it now?
Sure, we'll talk about the candy thing now.
Okay. The candy thing.
Uh-huh.
Let me remind everybody what I said about the candies.
What did you say about the candies?
When they were delivered, I said, this is a bit of a confusing gift, because everybody else's gift was like something that was given to them and they're like returning it, or it's like something that they still have at their house that belongs to the other person or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like Hui-hyun gave her candies, and then she like ate one a day, and she like, they were very like precious to her. But then when they stopped dating, she stopped eating them, and then they got hard. But she didn't return to him the hardened candies. She like went and bought new ones, which to me, the message behind that is not as obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I can very much see from Hui-hyun's perspective him not realizing the significance of especially like these brand new candies. As it meant, like the candies meant way more to her than it did to him, and I think he had no idea.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had no idea the extent that it meant to her, but he also brings up these candies like when they're out on their guys' night, and I think Dongjin is the one who's like, wait, are you sure you should share those with people? Like, don't you think your ex might be annoyed with that? Like, it is brought up that maybe it's not a good idea, and Dongjin doesn't know the significance of them either. And so I think it is a case of Hui-hyun is young and has not a lot of experience in things like this, and that's probably why he doesn't think it's significant. But like, I think most people who've dated might at some point consider that this might be a thing that trips somebody up. Maybe not to the extent or whatever, but like, just play it safe and don't parade out this gift and like share it with other people during.
I'm not saying I would have done
public
it,
drinking
but
time.
I'm not, I just don't feel like if there's like a significant amount of hate out there for Hui-hyun, and like this is the scene, and there's not. I don't know if there's gonna be more. There might be more. I don't know if this is like why people don't like Hui-hyun. Like I'm just like you. The same thing with like from K1's perspective. It's like he invited me on the show, and then we talked, and he told me how he felt, and then now he's behaving in like a non-consistent way with how he told me he felt. But also like, didn't she kind of say to him how she didn't want to get back together? So like he's also playing off that information, and he's like giving out these candies in his head. He's like, oh yeah, why would she care about this? Like she already told me she didn't want to get back together.
I don't think the candy moment explicitly would be the reason why people don't like him. I know it is portrayed in the show as the like breaking point for
you don't
K1,
think so?
right?
Oh, okay.
I don't think like, I think it is he comes on the show, tells her he, didn't ever stop loving her and wants to get back together, and then does not behave that way in the house. And like, she's not, it's not like until you get to this candy part, she's fine. She has been, having a rough time going up to this. We're seeing him pay attention to other girls, not texting her, like she's been texting him pretty consistently up to this point, maybe not the whole time, but recently, the past couple days, she's been texting him, and then he starts to just not text her at all, and just they have this cute moment here where it feels like they're getting back to maybe what they used to be, and then just he stops paying attention to her entirely.
They successfully texted each other for
yes, this
night,
is
yeah.
the previous night they both texted
To me,
each
like,
other.
I think it's out of line to compare him to Guman though, because it's totally different. Where like he is not aware of the difficulty that she's going through, but Guman like invited her on the show, knew she was having a rough time, actively wanted her to see him like with other girls, so that it,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's fair.
he
Yeah.
said like, "Oh, I'm trying to help her move on," but like it was done. There was an intentionality to what he was doing in some of these scenes. Human was.
Yeah, I just bring that up as a contrast of the argument had been always like, why bring someone on the show if you're not interested in getting back together?
He was interested in getting back together, but then you go on the show and you meet 4 or 5 other attractive women. What bothers me more about Hui-Hyun is he's not texting Songjong. That annoys me more than anything else. I don't really care about this Hyewon stuff.
Yeah, it does seem like the two of them really like bond over the next couple days, and then he doesn't text her. Yeah.
To me, I guess why it doesn't bother me is like it's more of an indication that like Hyewon and Hui-Hyun like shouldn't be together. It's just like clearly they don't communicate. They're not on the same wavelength. Like he thinks, they just don't understand each other. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not rooting for them to get back together. And it's the same thing again with Hyewon, where it's like, I'll be honest about how I felt about it. Like, she was a little overdramatic about the whole thing. I really think she was. Like, she went upstairs to cry, and then she came downstairs and started crying in the kitchen. Like, she wanted somebody to find her crying.
Oh, I think she does even say in, like, a confessional at some point, like, she wanted him to find her crying.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like, yeah. Like she's going to these very like public places and like collapsing in like a very theatrical way to start crying. I do believe that she is upset, but I think she is, strategically putting on a performance or exaggerating a performance to get attention. But also like if he was treating you so badly, like if it was so like she's gonna complain about him to the other girls, like okay, don't text him anymore. You know what the fucking craziest thing that happened in this fucking episode? Fucking Dahye says to her, maybe you can use this experience as a way to get over your ex. Fucking Dahye said that to Hyewon.
Yeah, you're in a bad spot when Dahye is trying to counsel you to move on from your ex. Absolutely right.
Yeah, and it's like, I wrote in my notes. I guarantee you 100% Hyewon is going to text him the next chance she gets. And she does. Mm-hmm. And that you can say, oh no, the text was like, this is like, I'm not talking to you ever again text. But if you don't want to talk to him anymore, don't text him that you're not talking to him anymore. Just don't text him at all.
Well, she needed him to know that she wasn't not texting him because she was interested in somebody else. It's specifically, she's mad at him.
It wasn't even that clear. It wasn't even that clear. But yeah, no, she texted him because she wants him to feel a certain way about it. Yeah, and hopefully that will lead to him talking to her and then they can make up. Like she's definitely still into him, even though supposedly he's so mean and he's terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not really on either of their teams on this thing. I'm just kind of against the whole thing, both sides of it.
Yeah, I would agree. I would not like to see them get back together. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. And that's the Hyewon story. We can have some other stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. He does.
Hyewon's not even going to go on a date in this episode.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
He does start to spend some time with Songjong though, and they seem to hit it off.
That I love. I mean, I love Songjong. Songjong is great.
Yeah.
It's probably because her ex isn't here yet, but yeah, I think she's really fun to watch. Really, she's very energetic. I mean, it's not that exciting that she likes Hui-Hyun, but it's better than Hui-Hyun and Hyewon. So, I mean, it's something. It's fair. Something at least, yeah.
Okay. So then, after not that, but other stuff, it's time for the guys to pick dates.
But you can't choose your ex, Sarah.
Yeah,
we know this. Not until
text the name of the person you want to date, as long as they're not your ex.
What was it? It was like the traveling to Jeju Island could be with your ex. That was like the first time. which is like
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
like
It's
the
so
first.
far at the
It
end.
takes like 2 weeks, so there's at least another week of like you're not allowed to date your ex.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But there no rules of you can't unofficially date your ex, right?
I don't know. We've never seen it. Have we ever seen an unofficial date between exes?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't know if that means it's not allowed or
I
I don't
think
know.
we've just always seen like both sides of the couple are not on the same page in terms of wanting to go on an unofficial date, you know?
Yeah,
It's one person's into it and the other person isn't, so they need like an official date to force the other person to spend time with them.
yeah. I'm not sure why you wouldn't do it. Like, what? Why didn't like Hyun and Daewon text each other? Like, they could have been like, "We text each other. You want to go on an unofficial date?" But we didn't. That didn't happen. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was the briefest moment they were aligned before like things went to shit,
Yeah. Well,
so they didn't
Hyun's
have
actually
time for
been
it.
like hella busy with school.
Also, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
he actually doesn't really have time. He manages to go on a walk with Yahae in the morning, I think, and then he has a date with Seokhyun in the same day later, right? Because
Yes, yes.
their date gets delayed. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes, because three of these men pick Sokyun for their date, and
Well,
Juwon picks Yoojung. That's it.
yeah. Well, are we talking about the chat room or not?
You mean the part you didn't watch? Yeah.
Oh no, I watched this part.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
don't. Oh god, the part
You
I
hate the
didn't watch.
rooms of the other.
I do
the
hate
other
the
chat
rooms.
room. Okay.
I do hate the rooms. Okay, this was like it was different. This was like kind of funny, actually. What happened?
It was funny.
But this is like perfect. This is like best case scenario for production. For like now, like I was thinking, like last season, would they have done this? But like it just didn't work out this way.
It didn't work out this way. Yeah.
I don't know if that happened. I don't know if this like would have happened last season or not. This was kind of funny that they all Yeah, I know why I like this because I hate Juwon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate Juwon. So the fact that he had to sit in this chat room and talk to all three guys, asking him about his ex, that shit was funny as hell to watch. I was like,
Well, all three of them are just like not even giving him time to answer. They're just shooting away questions, and he's overwhelmed and annoyed. Yeah, yeah. That was excellent.
That was awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
it couldn't
they
have
send
happened
in
to a
their
better
picks.
person.
Yeah, exactly. They go to the X room. We find out Juwon has picked Yoojung. Nothing terribly interesting comes from his chat with her ex, other than her ex admits to still having feelings for her, which everybody does.
I wrote "Who cares" and then wrote down like two. I wrote down like two things for this whole.
Yeah.
And then, then there's this thing that happens where Juwon just straight up lies about what like Seokhyun likes specifically. They get into like her favorite foods, and he just tells them his favorite foods.
Yes,
which I guess he knows don't align with her favorite foods.
Yeah. Like we find out are not even anywhere on her list.
But Juwon's so bad at it that Dongjin like figures out he must be lying.
Well, no, I think Dongjin like just gets lucky because everybody has to schedule a date with her. His date gets scheduled first. It's early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous time for pizza. So while they're on the date, he asks her, what her favorite foods are, and eventually to the point where he's like, "How do you feel about pepperoni pizza?" And she's like, "I've never ordered pizza on purpose in my life." So then he's like, "Oh, her ex is a piece of shit who lied to me. Got it. Okay."
Yeah. How do you feel about the lying in the X room? Are you here for it, or you think it's dumb?
It's
right?
always funny, but it's dumb. Like the idea of let me learn the things that the person I'm going out on a date with likes from their ex is weird. Like getting to know someone is part of dating, you know?
I've complained about that since day one. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like good TV, but like no one should be rooting for Juwon to get back together with Seokhyun. Like it's
correct.
This is not behavior that you should be rooting for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like if he actually loved Seokhyun, like he would want her to have like a good experience with these guys and decide for
Dongjin.
herself. You know what I actually think would be fair? I think actually what I would say, because I do think it's weird to like, it's not even that like I would be like not wanting to have a good date, but like I also just like don't feel like I should be giving them like tips in terms of like like I don't want to tell them how to be different than who they are to make Seokhyun like them, it's like I would just be like well, like you're going on a date with her, ask her for yourself what her favorite foods are. You know, it's
Right.
like, or like I don't know. I don't think I would want them to like be who they are, and then Seokhyun can
Mm-hmm.
judge and not like give them an opportunity to like fool her for a couple dates, you know,
Yeah.
into like, oh wow, we had such a good experience because we got the exact food I liked, you know. So like I think like not answering the questions is fine. Just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna answer your questions because
Yeah, yeah.
of
Just be
this
like, you should
reason.
get to
Yeah,
know her yourself. I
yeah.
think like the only sort of like acceptable questions that make sense to me are like, does she like active outdoorsy dates or is she a cafe girl? Just because like normally when you'd ask someone out in the process of asking them out, you'd be like, would you like to do this or do you want to do that? Whereas they don't really have this opportunity. They got to tell production theoretically real soon. Um, so just having a baseline type of date that she doesn't hate, just so there's a chance that everybody can have a good time, I don't mind.
I would say to that question, she would want to go on a date that you would enjoy,
Okay.
and then
I can't fault you for that answer.
yeah, that's a good advice because then you know you'll see if she actually likes doing something that you enjoy. It's not actually answering the
But
question, but it's how I think. Like you know, date a new person and get to know them without tips from somebody else. It's like,
but if I was on this show and somebody asked my ex, "Hey, should I take her paragliding or should we do something not fucking terrifying?" I would want my ex to be like, "Keep that girl on the ground. That's where she likes to be." You know?
yeah.
I think that's a service that an ex can provide.
I mean, if it's something like that where you're going to be like terrified, but if like okay, say you go on like some cafe date with Songjong or something, and
Mm-hmm.
she's just doing it to please you, but in reality, she likes to do activity dates like all the time, and now you're just having a date that's like, okay, it's better for you, but she is just I don't know. You're not seeing what she likes. I don't know. It's the whole thing is just stupid. I'm just saying. You know,
Okay.
uh, I don't know. I haven't dated anyone either, so it's like it's just not how I would do it. It's like I
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What I
Okay.
did love about this though was the first moment they added the second guy to the chat. I was like, is this where we get the second X option? Because that would be great. Secret extra X in the chat. But no, it was extra
Oh
boy who wants to
yeah,
date her.
yeah. I forget what I was thinking in that moment. It was so long. I watched episode 7 like a week ago, so it's
Yeah,
been a
yeah.
while. Oh, I didn't mention. Yeah, the reason this episode and probably maybe the next episode might be delayed is like my basically my son is on spring break this week, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't get to watch these episodes as fast as I wanted to. I think Sarah, you've been busy with work too, so
Yeah, work's
yeah,
been
we're a little delayed
been
here.
a
But
something.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if this show got pushed to 20 episodes, we have plenty of time to catch up now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. They're gonna get the option to switch too. They did this exact same thing,
Yes.
but I think it was the women last season, right? The chat room.
Yes, that is correct. We do not have a sad phone booth on the way back to the house this time, like we did when the women were in the chat room earlier
Oh yeah, yeah.
this season. So,
Oh yeah, this is the one where like
that's good.
Heian was tried to lie. It was the talking room version of this though, and Heian
Mm-hmm.
tried to like lie to them, but then it just made them want to date him more. So some
Yeah,
people like
yeah.
did switch, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody that switched to Guman and had to talk to Heian stuck with Guman, even though Heian was
Right,
like
right.
actively trying to get them to switch.
But yeah, they also did text all the women who they're going on a date with before they gave the guys the option to change. So that way, if they did change, the women would know.
Oh yeah, yeah. But this strategy of like actively sabotaging has not worked for the sabotager
That
twice now because
is
all
true.
three men, despite knowing that all that three guys were also going to go on a date with the same girl as they chose,
Mm-hmm.
none of them switched. Even Hui
Yeah,
Hyun.
I was surprised. Yeah, Hyun said in a confessional something about like being intimidated about like how many people were interested in
That was
Sokun,
last,
but
yeah, that was last podcast. But this time he said he was like, "Nah, I'm sticking with it."
yep.
Because who got three? Because they were all talking about Yujong in the talking room with the four guys, and then Hui Hyun's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
right.
everybody's into Yujong. I think I'll just back out of this."
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess like after the last time all three of them were interested in the same person, he's like, I can't keep like backing down from this. I'm gonna run out of, they're all taking their turns going through the ladies, so might as well stick with it, I guess.
I feel like from the beginning, and I think he's gonna say it when they have their date, like he's gonna say like, I feel like we had a lot of eye contact. But I feel like every single guy that Seokhyun is gonna date says that, which is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, because she just looks people in the face. So
yeah, I mean, I noticed from the beginning that she seemed to be. I mean, I thought she was flirting with Hui-hyun. So, like, from Hui-hyun's perspective, I felt like there was something going on with Seokhyun. I never thought there was anything going on between Hui-hyun and Yoo-jung. So, it makes sense to me why it was like, oh, yeah, I think Yoo-jung's hot, too. But also...
yeah, that's fair.
I haven't actually interacted with her, so why am I competing over her? Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, back at the house, all the women are talking about where the guys must be. And they even joke that Seokhyun is going to have to go to bed early because she's going to have to go on 3 dates tomorrow because they all
was that
pretty much figure out what's happening.
Supposed to be a burn? Oh, you think they figured it out? I thought it was like
I think they figured it out, but it was also like I think she did just go to bed early, and they were like, well, she knows she's got to go on a bunch of dates, so that makes sense.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought they hadn't got the text yet, and they were like,
yeah, maybe they hadn't gotten the text yet.
Maybe Seokhyun got all the dates. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And then she did.
Oh, I didn't think it was mean like that, but who knows?
I forget. I actually forget the sequence of everything.
Oh yeah, it is before they get the text about who gets picked.
Maybe they were trying to burn her.
Maybe. I like to think that they're still getting along, but maybe not.
I mean, you can still get along and then still talk shit about each other behind their back.
Oh yeah, and then they nobody changes, and then it's texting time. Okay. We get Haewon gets a text from Hui-hyun.
Wait, I really wanted Hui-hyun to back down and pick Seojung, actually. I was like actually rooting for that, and then it didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, respect, they didn't change. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so she gets one from him, and then he gets one from
Sorry, who got a text first? Are you doing this in order?
Wait.
Oh, Hui-hyun.
Is the order, yeah.
What about Haewon?
Yeah, Hui-hyun got a text from Hui-hyun.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. And then Hui-hyun got a text from Sejong.
Yes. See, this is the fucked up part of the show. This is the exact scenario that's fucked up about the show. So they text each other. Or is this the time they text each other?
No, yesterday was the time they texted each other.
Yeah, so yesterday they text each other. They're on the same page, right? Finally. Then the guys get to pick dates, but they can't pick their ex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Hui-hyun might have picked his ex if he was allowed to, but now he can't. Although he doesn't even text the person that he's going to date. He texts a different person. That's also fucking crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay, Hui-hyun's all over the place too.
Well, I just don't get like what his date choice is weird. Like given that he texted Sejong and they had, some bonding today and it seemed like it was going well or whatever.
The show is highlighting his interaction with Songjung more, but I have noticed him and Seokhyun. So like I don't think that's weird. But it is weird to choose Seokhyun and then text Songjung. That is weird.
Yeah.
That's definitely weird.
Yeah.
And it would have made sense if he picked Seokhyun and texted his ex, because he texted his ex last time. But now he's like, I just text my ex, and then I also don't have much sympathy for Haewon. Haewon was the one that like in the last podcast was like he was going on a date and she was like, you look happy about something. Like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't she that person?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I think so.
I don't have a lot of sympathy for this whole I have like no sympathy for either side of the Haewon and Hui-hyun situation, honestly.
Okay. I have more sympathy for her, but sure. No. This is, I think, pretty standard for us.
I think it's just, I mean, I don't even know if he's annoyed with her because he's not admitting that.
I think he's just like really fucking clueless.
But then they texted each other, so I don't know what's going on. Honestly.
I don't know.
They're all over the place.
It's very confusing.
And I feel like she just doesn't really like anybody else. And that's why I'm not like, she is so in love with him again all of a sudden. It's like, no, she just doesn't like anybody else, it seems. Unless this Dongjin thing is going to be a thing by the end of this. I don't know.
It might.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, wait. Also, okay, yeah. What the hell? I just got to my nose. Like, Haewon didn't even text him, right? In this day 5.
Oh, wait, Okay.
She got so jealous. She got so jealous of just watching Songjung flirt with him that she didn't text him to try to make him jealous? Like, what are we doing here? This is such a
that's
healthy way
some
to
weird
build a
behavior.
relationship.
Yeah. You're
like,
right. You're right. You're right.
We're not rooting for any of this. Like, I don't care. there's no team to be on here between Haewon and Hui Young. It's just not good.
It's team
all
they shouldn't be
around.
together.
Yeah,
Which is
that's the team
we
that
are on
needs to
that
be
team together. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's not even worth choosing between the two of them. It's just get them away from each other. All right, shit's crazy.
Yes. But what is consistent is that Dahye gets 0 texts. We are used to that
it's my
by
girl.
now. And she does text Dongjin, and it is the only text he gets. Pretty consistent for a lot of this show.
Yeah. Enjoy your date. Keep yourself in good shape. Is that Haewon level? Dongjin says in confessional after this, her messages are like unwanted spam mail.
Yeah, he does. He's like, these actively make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I do hate how long she texts him. Eventually, by the end of this, she's gonna text somebody else. Though there's light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe
one time. I don't know. I don't know, man.
We'll see.
I mean, Haeyeon texted one person one time too, and it was
true.
just like because they went on a date that day, and then which
back is what happened in this case. You're right.
Right back.
We'll see. I'm gonna hope that. I mean, she has cried. Like, her airtime crying has been far less than Haeyeon at this point. Yeah. So
I don't actually
got that going for her.
I don't actually like totally hate that she's texting Dongjin. I'll be honest, just because I think her behavior outside the texting is good, and then it's like she has to text somebody, right? But like I don't know. Like, I wouldn't. The story would feel worse to me if it's like Dahye stopped texting Dongjin, and then that's when it all turned around and Dongjin started getting back into like, I don't want that to be what the story is.
Right.
It might still be.
It looks like that might be what's gonna happen.
It might be what's gonna happen. I feel like Dahye is gonna go right back to texting Dongjin, especially since the new guy seems very into his ex.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't actually mind that she keeps texting Dongjin. Every text should just be like, just so you know, I still want to get back together. Like, that might as well just be what every text is.
I guess.
It's just like, here is the status of my feelings, and it's the same. Yeah.
I just wish she would like engage in the show a little more. I know it's hard when like none of the guys are into her, or she's necessarily.
There's nothing like she literally didn't get picked.
She doesn't have anything to do. Yeah.
She didn't get picked, and that's partially her own fault because everybody knows how into her ex she is. Exactly. But yeah, it's just the situation on the show. Like, it's not the best TV, but I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate I don't hate how they treat each other as exes. They're honestly like the only good like treatment of exes that we have that we've ever had on these 2 seasons that we've watched. I feel like
it just bothers me a little bit when we get like Dongjin saying like that it makes him feel uncomfortable, and that's where I'm like she doesn't necessarily know that, but like she is making him feel bad, and that's not great. So I don't love it. Yeah,
but it's kind of like she has to text somebody, right?
Yeah,
it would be unfair. I think it would be unfair for her to text somebody and have it not mean anything, and now Dongjin thinks potentially that she is getting over him. I don't know. It's just like she's communicating the reality of the situation.
That's true,
right? But if this was like real life, she would either not be texting him at all. She would not be texting him at all if this was real life.
Exactly.
So this is not the equivalent of real life, like her creepily texting him and he's not responding. It's like she has to, and we know based on her behavior on the show that she would not be texting him if this was real life. So I don't really have a problem with it.
Okay, yeah, you've talked me into feeling a little bit better about it.
Okay.
Then we get Juwon, who gets 3 texts. Gets it from
my fucking god, Jesus! Why is this guy getting
Haewon? Because he made some porridge.
Oh my god, Haewon! It's literally the porridge. It's literally the porridge text.
It's the porridge, and she's feeling too jealous to text her ex, Yujong, because he gave her a drink, or he got her a drink that she really likes, or something.
Yeah, 2%. Like sports drink or something. I don't know what it was.
And then Sokyun, because he made porridge for her in the morning.
Actually, Sokyun in what I wrote didn't actually mention the food.
I know, but I'm going off of your fan theory now.
In confessional, like she mentioned like taking care of her or something, which definitely was
Mm-hmm.
related to the porch though. But the actual text was like,
Yeah.
things are tough, but it's a relief to have you around. Enjoy your date.
Yeah.
But yeah, somehow this man got 3 texts. It's like a little fluky. Like the only real one should have been Yu Jung, I guess, because
Mm-hmm.
somehow she is actually into this guy. Yeah. This is where I wrote she admits she's not really the Dongjin at all. She says
Yeah, yeah.
Yu Jung
Because
does, yeah.
she gets a text from Dongjin and it's just the falling leaves emoji. He has nothing specific to say. He's just like, have some leaves. I don't know. Not a strong texting game.
Yeah, Hyewan texting Juwon here is like the equivalent of like Dahye just randomly texting Juwon.
Yeah.
It's like it means nothing and nobody benefits from it, right? It's just
You're not wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
K1 literally just angry at Huihun for not not blindly
Or spending
being in
time
love
with
her
another girl.
for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
every day after he tried to get back together with her. Yeah. I do agree like the whole like how fast paced you can build a relationship on these shows is like way faster than in real life because you're like living together
Mm-hmm.
and you have to see each other all the time. So from her perspective, it's like this guy just confessed his feelings to me 5 days ago, and now he's like, flirting pretty hard with these other girls. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's I don't know, like what's the equivalent? Like 5 days on this show is probably like 5 weeks of real life or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often would you date somebody if you were like going on first dates with them? Like maybe once a week. So yeah,
And then your ex wouldn't have to see it. So like, there's no like
everything
comparable.
would move very quickly. Everything moves
Yeah,
very
yeah.
quickly on these houses where they live together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep, he got
So
the
yeah, Yujong gets text from Dongjin and gets a text from Juwon.
Dongjin just sends her a picture of fall leaves.
Yeah, the falling leaves emoji. It's
That's
not the best.
Yeah, he knew the date didn't go well. Wait, did we even do the date yet? Or is that tomorrow?
Yeah, well,
wait.
yeah.
Do
They
that
already
date?
had their date.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
even
we
know
had their
what's
date.
happening. Yeah, he didn't know what to say, so he was just like,
Just like, oops, all bread. I don't know.
yeah. I wrote in my notes I might be out on this guy soon. What's your Dongjin at this point? It's just, yeah. I just don't think he has. It's kind of just like a read of the edit of the story. Like I just don't feel like anything he does matters until we get to the point where he decides to like talk to Dahe and like treat her like a real person again. Treat her like she exists. And then we'll see what happens after that. Well, I'm waiting for phase 2 of the show.
Yeah, that does seem like it's on its way.
Yeah. All right.
Then we get Sokyun gets one text from Gwangtae, which is, I think I can make you have a good time, if you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wrote that too. Let's go. I think I can make you have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, he gets no text, and then Zangjung gets no text because she's still kind of new, and yeah.
3210 for Quante here. That was great.
Yep.
Yeah, same situation that Yu Jong was in, where hers were informal dates, but she got asked on 3 dates in one day and only got one text. Sokyun is going on 3 official dates, but only got one text.
Yes.
She also doesn't really know who this text is from, but she says she hopes it's from Quante, which it is.
Yeah. I think up to this point, like, she has expressed most of her interest in him, and it makes sense that she would want that to be from him.
I feel like in terms of like the difference between Yujun and Sokyun in this situation is like Sokyun literally is being asked on dates where she knows that the exes weren't an option. So I feel like in her situation, it's even more likely that like 2 of the guys that are going to go on a date with her are more into their ex and they're texting their ex. Whereas like Yu Jung, we don't know. Like we said, we don't really know if you're allowed to ask your ex on an unofficial date. But the unofficial date, asking somebody on an unofficial date is like almost more meaningful than an official date because the official dates are restricted by you can't date your ex. But Seokhyun, at least we're not seeing her read into it as much as Yu Jung was.
That's because, somebody made her food today. She's happy. It's fine,
Also, she doesn't get a text from Juwon either. So I was thinking she should really pull him aside and scold him for not texting her. Because we know that would win him back.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Should I start treating the listeners like shit and maybe they'll like the podcast more?
no,
But I think it might
no.
work. All evidence points to it working based on the information that I've been watching. Based on all the evidence.
No. I mean, I guess if you want to be bad cop, I'll be good cop though. I'm not gonna treat them
But
like
they're gonna
shit.
like me more
I
than you
like.
though. Are
Ugh,
you sure they want? Are you sure
yeah.
you want that to happen?
I mean, if that's what they want, then that's up to them. It's fine.
In the last podcast, I feel like I really kind of shit on like groups of people. I was thinking back, like I kind of shit talk K-pop in general.
Well,
Like if I mean you're a fan of
the
K-pop,
yeah.
I
The
probably
system
kind of
is
offended you.
flawed. No, you didn't offend me. Like the system is in fact flawed. There are many problems.
I feel like I said something about hockey players.
Oh yeah, well
I was just like, but
I think we were both talking shit on hockey players just because our experience with hockey players on these shows has been poor.
I was listening when I was listening back to it. I was wondering how many people I offended, or I was wondering if any of the listeners, the listeners of the podcast, actually got offended by, or like they fell into the categories of the people I was. But
well,
now I'm going to do it on purpose because obviously it's just how it's how you get people to really like you. You just be mean to them.
I think I no. Let's not learn lessons from the way these things are portrayed on TV. It's not a good plan. I don't like it.
Ju-won sucks, and if you're a fan of Ju-won, you suck too. I'm just gonna say that right
I will say, if they didn't show the part where he interacted with his ex, he seems like an okay guy. If you only have that limited view of him, it's not until the curtain gets pulled back.
If we didn't get to see how he behaves to somebody he supposedly used to love,
yeah.
Yeah, then he'd seem fine.
Yeah.
And what's the strat you like? You go on the show, you don't get back with your ex, then you watch the show and see if you should stay with the person you ended up leaving with. Like, oh, this isn't great. Okay.
You're like, oh wait, oh you have this is who you are with somebody. Okay, no, thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. That's the strat.
Okay. All right. I'll think of more ways to insult people as we go.
Or
insult the listeners.
Or you could not. It's fine.
Nothing matters at this point. How we treat people doesn't seem to really matter how they like you back. So,
but we're not on a weird reality TV show, so I don't think that applies.
We're on a weird podcast.
We are on a weird podcast. That's true.
Okay.
But it can be whatever we make it.
Are our listeners weird?
Make
Sarah?
It a nice place.
Are you think our listeners are weird?
Of course they are. But
oh my god, damn!
Nobody said weird is bad.
No one said it was good either.
Okay.
Are you weird?
I prefer
Sarah?
Weird.
Sarah,
yes,
are you weird?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
All right. So after the texting, we get.
There's after the texting. What the hell?
Well, it just is. There's a very brief moment where Kwante tries to talk to Yoo-jung again, and then it's next episode time.
Okay. Did anything happen? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's more like she had said something earlier about like he must have gotten rejected by somebody else, and that's why he came to talk to her. And she's just like, no, I was joking. But he tries to like actually express that he's interested into her, but like he had to follow through on something from before, and that's why he didn't pick her for the date. Because I guess he had at some point said to Sokyun like, oh, we should go to this one place, and therefore he had to pick her for the date. I don't know. It is weird, but it is more of him trying to put all of his efforts into Yoo-jung.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually did write this down. After he chooses Sokyun for the date and then doesn't get a text from her, he asks Yoo-jung to have a chat on the terrace. And then that's the end of episode 7. No couple reveal. That's what I wrote in my notes.
Yeah. No couple reveal.
Oh, yeah. He admits he got rejected by somebody else. So, yeah, he very much is taking like, well, didn't get a text. I got rejected. I'm going to move on to the next person. Which also, like, Yoo-jung isn't going to like that. Even though he explains, he does explain like the truth of the situation, and yeah, Yoo-jung is not going to be into that at all.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, now it is day 6. It is the weekend, and the day when we will have the date selected by the men, aka Sokyun's big day, is what I wrote. But she only goes on 2 dates, and they switch the third one to the next day, so it's not quite as jam packed as it could be.
Was it 2 days later, or no? It was just next day.
Just the next day.
Okay.
I can hear you getting sicker. Are you okay to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So 6 a.m. Dongjin is up and getting ready for his very early date with Sokyu.
Oh yeah, wait, this was fucking hilarious. Hold on, let me go to my notes on Dongjin. I remember him getting up because
They gave him some real cool music
he
while
got
he
some
was getting
amazing
ready.
wake up music. Oh yeah, because it was like some upbeat, like almost like disco, like something. I don't know, but the only words in the song were "express yourself."
Yes.
Yeah, he was
And
expressing
then
himself.
right after that, they show Hui Hyung leaving, and he gets like this old timey ragtime music instead. That is such a silly
Oh really?
contrast.
Oh yeah, Dongjin gets the express yourself again later on his date with
Yes,
Seokhyun
yes.
too. Is this his new theme song? Are we gonna get the express yourself theme song for
I
Dongjin
guess
multiple
this is
times throughout?
his theme. Yep. But all right. So on this date, they go to a brunch cafe where luckily there is no pizza for her to eat. Because yeah, he goes through and he asks her all a bunch of the questions that he asked in the X room, and he realizes that, oh yeah, he lied to me a lot. Great, this is fun.
I had that they broke up early because they had to go on like 3 dates, or she had to go on 3 dates, but then she only had to go on 2 dates. But I guess they had like a lot planned on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
night, like because
This is the longest day.
yeah, this is the night. Like they planned on doing 4 dates today,
And then
and
a girls'
then
night slash boys' night slash new guy shows
unless a
up.
new guy shows up.
And then
I mean, maybe they knew well in advance that Hui Hyun wasn't going to have to do his date today. I don't know.
oh well, that's true. He did have like a test or something today.
Oh
so
yeah,
maybe
he was too busy to do the
yeah.
date. Yeah,
But even
it's
still,
just a lot.
like
It's a long day.
it's a lot.
Imagine being
Especially because when they
Seokhyun.
get back home, it's like, oh yeah, if I was Sokyeon, I'd be like exhausted. Because then they have to they all read their X letters again. They get to reveal their ages. They just go through so much stuff. But yeah, it seems like they have a
My
nice
voice
time.
is getting worse and worse. You're right.
Are you want to stop or
No, it's just, I've sounded like this in the podcast before. It's fine, right?
okay? But like you're feeling okay to
yeah, I'm
okay.
good.
Yeah, so it seems like they're having a decent enough date. You know, he's asking questions, getting to know her. He says some nice things about how he didn't drink last night because he had a very important date today. He seems to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was whatever. Dongjin likes sad movies. That was the big thing I wrote down.
Yes. But then he brings out the ultimate cheat code for a date, which is they go for a walk with his dog, and she.
Oh yeah, you think this is cheating?
Dogs.
You've said this is cheating before.
Yeah. It's a cheat code because like she even says like she was like feeling whatever about him, but the moment she saw him like taking care of this dog, she was like, I kind of like this guy more than I did a minute ago.
That's fair. I mean, like it's fair. Like if some people are dog people, and if they like people who are dog people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. It's more of a cheat code if like her ex had given them tips.
I guess
That's
it's
way
true.
more of a cheat code.
But this is a cheat code in the same vein as like going on like some sort of thrilling ride or like extreme sport thing that makes your heart beat to trick you into falling in love. It's a cheat code in that vein.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I think this is more of it is part of Dongjin's like identity. I guess like
Yeah.
like thrills or scary movies or something could also be part of your identity too, yeah. Or like if you're an avid like roller coaster rider person, that's what I would say that's more the equivalent of this, as opposed to like you just went on a date and you went on like a scary roller coaster together. And that was the only time you ever did it. That's more of like that's more of like a hack.
But this dog is 14 years old, which means that this is basically Dahye's dog too, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
this dog has been around for the entirety of their
They were talking.
relationship.
The hosts were like, "Oh my god, Dahye's known this dog the entire time they've been dating. It's not like a new dog.
Yep.
It's like,
Mhm.
yeah." I thought they were like they're both awkward, like in a way that might work, but I didn't see anything super romantic
Okay.
between them. But like if they were vibing and I just couldn't see it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think they were like strong vibes, but it feels like something that could potentially build up over time, you know? Because is just a first date, and as they got to know each other more, I could see.
I mean, if Dongjin
Just
just
working
cooks
out.
more,
That's true.
that's all it takes.
He does make good food too. Like
Yeah.
that's
As long as he
been established.
doesn't make pizza. Just don't make pizza.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe we figured it out.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Juwon made pizza the night that they broke up. For sure.
It was the final straw. Yeah,
he made
okay,
his
yeah.
favorite. He made his favorite food, pepperoni pizza, and then she said,
Mhm.
"This is fucking done. This is over."
All right, yeah, I believe it 100%.
Yep, definitely what happened. Their breakup story was so good, by the way, and the one we're gonna get later,
We
garbage.
don't get anything.
There's like
Just it's
a
vaguely his
sentence.
fault.
Yeah, we get like a sentence, and it's not very
Mm-hmm.
specific at all. But almost all of it is like, "Wow, this is the greatest couple of all time. Look how great they were." And I'm like,
Look how
okay. I'm
cute
like,
they are
okay, they're
together.
definitely
Yep.
getting back together in the end. 100%. And the show just wants us to feel good about it.
Yeah, I think that is like an interesting read that like how much they give us about the breakup indicates if they're going to get back together or not.
Because I was trying to remember last year, like, if we really got a great breakup story or not. Like, I remember the Heian Guman thing was like very weird.
That
And
one was vague. Yeah.
it was vague for a long time. And then it got like a little bit more specific. But
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, it was a very big part of the story. And I don't know. But I don't really
Mm-hmm.
remember like a detailed breakup story like we got with Juwon and Seokhyun in
Didn't we
season 1.
get
I don't really remember that.
um with Hidu and Nyan? I felt like we got something more
Oh yeah, but they broke up like
concrete
4
about them.
times. Yeah,
That's true.
maybe it doesn't work. I do feel like we knew Wanbin and
And Jisoo, yeah, we knew
Jisoo a
that
little
one.
bit too, and they didn't get back together.
That's true. Yeah.
And we knew a little bit more about them. So yeah, I feel like these relationships where we don't know. I'm inclined to think that they're gonna get back together, or at least like
They're gonna make it look like they're gonna get back together for
yeah,
a while and
yeah,
then
they're
maybe reveal more about the breakup. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
they're gonna be a bigger part of it. I don't know. I like the show wants us to root for them in a way or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of my read.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I would
think
prefer
it's
to know the very specific details why they broke up. That's
yes,
personally TV show. That's what I would want to know.
that's the juicy stuff I'm here for.
Yeah.
Please let me know. So then we've got Juwon and Yoojung's date, and right off the bat, she seems like she's having a great time. Like she's humming to herself. She's happy to be in this car with this man.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't pick up on anything super special, but yeah. I'll be honest. I'm very checked out of any Juwon related dating content on this show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. But it was kind of funny. I guess one of the hosts said this, but they're like in Honick University area or something, and like the subtitle said, "This really is a secret place for hipsters." It's like that is a silly explanation. Okay.
They go to like a hipster shoe store. Right?
Yeah, they go to a Converse store where you can like customize your shoes together, and yeah, they make shoes for each other basically.
Did they make them for each other?
Yeah, they did.
So they have like couple shoes like Hido and
Yeah.
Nyan did.
Mm-hmm. Except these are even better because they're customized. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Because they chose the same, like there was like 4 style choices.
Mm-hmm. And they chose the same style.
They chose the same style, so that made them like couple shoes. But then they put like different stickers on them or whatever it was.
Yeah. But yeah, they did them for each other. And then they have a little conversation where she's like trying to figure out if he gets how much she likes him, basically. Because she's like, all the girls say I'm really transparent about who I like. And he's like, oh, I don't see that at all. She's like, maybe you're just dumb. Like, she's just.
You know what,
literally...
Yoojung? I don't fucking see it either, dude. Come on. The women are lying to you.
But I mean, now he knows. Like, basically, they have this conversation, and she's like, yes, I'm really into you. And then, like, later on, they go to a photo booth, and then they go to a restaurant that's like in an abandoned theme park or something, which is
That's what I wrote too.
Also a weird choice.
It's possible Yoojung has been more obvious about being into Juwon, but like the show is under editing it maybe because actually I don't know why they would under edit anything like that, but
I mean they did not Transit Love, but our last Heart Signal season. Like we entirely did not get why one person was into another person, and it's just because they didn't show it, right? Like, and they ended up coupling up at the end. So solid, maybe that's happening here.
This doesn't sound familiar at all.
It was Mingyu and Yisu. Remember, like we did not understand what a Yisu was at all. And we were not getting a lot of like...
She was just choosing somebody, but basically she had no story.
Yeah, but they cut out all the parts where he was like showing an intense interest in her or whatever. Like we didn't get... Like we saw him being more interested in somebody else. and it's just probably because they just didn't show it because they
Oh,
were
you're talking
trying
about
to trick
Hard
us the whole
Signal.
time.
I thought you were talking about
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
I thought you were
Hard
talking
Signal.
about. I thought you were talking about this show, season 2. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, that is a little weird.
So,
Though.
yeah.
Like, why wouldn't they show it? The vibes are like she's going to, like, she really doesn't want to get back with her ex, or like that's her goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely going to be at least a thing that is a story. But if they're under editing how much she likes Juwon, if the women are telling her the truth, that would make it seem like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could be really into Juwon right now, and then Juwon's going to do whatever Juwon does in the future, and Yujon's not going to like that. So,
Yeah, exactly.
because it feels like, as we know Juwon or Yujun right now, if her ex came on the show and just like only texted her the whole time, she would probably like that.
That's true. She would know
Like,
she is not number 2.
She would, yeah, exactly. Where I feel like every other guy at some point is going to make her feel like number 2.
Yeah, like all she needs is just you text her and be consistent. Like that's all she wants.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually think that's all she wants, but that's the story we've gotten
Just
from her
to
so
be
far.
consistently picked is what
Yeah,
she's being portrayed.
I
as
think
all
she
wants,
might have some more leeway if she really likes somebody.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like she showed with Juwon, because Juwon did the same thing, but she's gonna end up liking him anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, they do, like, at this restaurant in the middle of an abandoned amusement park, kind of like talk more openly about how they like each other, and they basically both say that they're not going to change their minds. Like, they are unofficially telling each other they're going to pick each other at the end of this.
I believe you, Jung.
Yes.
Juwon, nope.
Don't trust him. Nope.
Can Juwon possibly recover with Yu Jung after not texting her on this last text that we're gonna see?
Seems unlikely. But
I would hope
if
not.
she doesn't have any other options,
I guess she's
then maybe.
Yeah, she's got to break her own rule. Also, apparently, Juwon is tall, or at least he thinks so.
Is he?
That's what they talk about something. I don't know if Yu Jung said something about tall guys, and he was like, "Oh, I'm tall."
Oh, that's right. She says her type is she likes tall guys, and he's like, "Good thing I'm tall." Yeah, right.
It seemed to me like he actually thought he was tall, but I don't know. Maybe he is. I just can't tell.
Yeah, he does not strike me as tall man, but not short man either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, he's like cheating with his hair. He's cheating.
Hey, you do what you gotta do. It's fine.
Oh, dogs are cheating, but making your hair taller. Gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm obviously joking about that.
Nope.
It's fine.
Nope. You were serious.
Okay.
Oh, she admits she thinks he's stupid.
She still likes him though. He still seems to like her, even though she tells him he's stupid.
I didn't really get this dynamic at all, honestly. Like, she was straight up like it was joking, but also not joking, I think.
Well, like, straight up, this man, like, the first actual text he got from, I think it was even her, was he thought it was just from production. Because, like, he had not gotten any texts up to that point. And the text was something about, like, "Hey, thanks for cooking." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, production. I don't mind cooking."
Yeah, I mean, he is stupid, and if you like Juwon, you are stupid, right? We can confirm these facts.
Oof, big oof. Okay.
You silly Juwon likers.
Is this who you want to model your behavior after? You sure?
I mean, I don't want to, but apparently it's effective.
Okay, well,
just try to do what's best for the podcast.
We'll argue about this when we see the numbers.
Yeah. I wrote down, I'm not rooting for Juwon to match with anybody.
Fair. But like I said earlier, if I had not seen any of him with his ex, I would be fine with these two together right now, you know? Like, I'd be like, they seem to enjoy each other and look cute.
I mean, like, I don't like see any depth to it. But yeah, if like the exes weren't part of the equation here, you wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be negative on them.
Mm-hmm.
But I also wouldn't. It wouldn't be like my favorite couple to root for or anything. I don't think, just because I don't really know that much about them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, do we have a strong couple to root for right now?
Well, I mean, the person I like the most is Song Jung, just because she's been mostly happy and she likes doing activities, which is like things I want to see on the show. So it's like it's partially who I like is just like the people that I would probably like if I was there.
Yeah.
And I guess Juwon and Yujon, I feel like I don't know them enough to like them.
Okay.
I also just like I actually wrote in my notes here like I don't think Yu Jung is that into him, but maybe I'm just being biased on that because of that. I don't know.
Oh, really? I got the vibe that she was into him.
Okay. My vibe was like, oh, she's gonna be like way more into her ex when her ex shows up, and I guess the jury's still out on that. But we are gonna
Right.
find out that she's at least very much wants to try not to get back with her ex, according to her own words.
Yes, yes. All right. I think we're ready to move on to Gwante and Sokyun State.
Bookstore it up.
Yeah. We find out she likes poetry books. And
This is
then
their
they
second
each-
date.
This is their second date? Yep. They each choose a book for each other, which is a fun bookstore activity. I like that. But then he says some weird shit.
In the bookstore?
Where-
I don't even know if I have
yeah,
anything.
in the
What'd she say in the bookstore?
Okay,
Oh,
so
what's your favorite part about your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says she likes her nose. And then he says he likes his eyes, but he hasn't always liked his face because these dang high cheekbones he has. But I think it's that he doesn't have the jawline to match his intense cheekbones or something.
Let's go back and start over the podcast. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, Sarah, how are you doing? What's your favorite part of your face?
That's a weird question to ask a person.
I always try to come up. I always like try to like think of something that happened in the episode and then like start the the podcast with that. And this is what I should have started the podcast with. But I forgot. I forgot about this part.
Fair.
You're not gonna ask the question. What's your favorite part of your face?
Oh, favorite part of
You're on the date. You're on the date with Quante. You liked him in the
Ugh.
beginning. Day two,
Okay,
you get a
okay.
date with Quante. You're like, oh yeah, I got a date with Quante.
Uh-huh,
And then he's like, Sarah, what's your favorite part of your face?
I'd probably say I like my eyes.
That's what I would say about my face.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a common thing that people pick that they like about their face.
maybe. I mean, if you don't have good eyes, you might not say that.
I guess that's true.
All right.
But I really thought he was gonna turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, I like your nose too," or some flirty thing. Instead, he goes into how he hasn't always liked his face, and the book he gave her is called "My Strange and Beautiful
Yeah.
Face."
He had a theme going. It wasn't like
Yeah.
totally random. It was like he was setting it up.
And the book is like theoretically helpful for when you are not feeling great about your face, or you have some low self-esteem about your looks, maybe, which feels like a weird
It's not,
vibe. I mean,
not
yes,
smooth.
like
Not smooth.
yeah, to a certain extent, everybody probably has self-esteem issues and worries about how they look, but in a way, is not handing a book about that to someone saying you probably don't think you look good, right? Like.
Well,
That's what I get
Sokyun looks
from
like
it.
somebody that would need this book.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, and it's just like he tried, but this was not a good move.
Sokyun should re-give this book to Ju-won.
Oof. Yeah. Hey, he might like it. He likes being called dumb, so who knows?
Yeah. Did he like being called dumb? Did he like that?
I mean, it seemed like he at least enjoyed having Yu Jung be the one that tell him he was dumb.
We didn't get specific comments from Ju-won on like what his reaction to being called dumb. We just got to see his reaction, and he was like it was very like playful.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get Kwante's reaction to Yu Jung putting him in his place on something, and then we get and Kwante's very much into it.
Yes, he is. That laugh is so hilarious right now. I'm sorry.
We get a little peek into little Kwante's kinks, I think, later on.
Yeah. I mean, because it's fair. She like calls him out on like how he's just going around making the moves on all the ladies. She does not feel particularly special to him, right? And
Sorry, who are we talking about now? Sokyun or Yu Jung?
yeah, Quante and Sokjun.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Wait, Quante and Sokyun? I was talking about Yu Jung later with Quante. Sorry.
Oh, is that later?
Well, this is Sokyun right now.
This is Sokyun, but I thought she just. Oh, now I need to remember a thing. Like, because doesn't she?
I screwed up the chronological order.
No. I just thought I maybe screwed up who it was. I thought like he texts her later, like, but maybe he doesn't. Let me see.
Doesn't he stop texting Sokyun entirely?
No, he texts her. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. It's not. Let's just cut a whole bunch of the part where I said the nonsense out because I was
We'll
wrong.
see. We'll see what I do. Okay.
Okay. But I mean, she does tell him here that she's, confused about his behavior, which is fair. So maybe he doesn't enjoy it the way he enjoys what Yu Jung says to him later, but yeah. And while they're there, they both get texts. He gets a text about a special night only for the men, if you know what I'm saying. And they have to meet somewhere at 6. And she gets a text about a special night only for the ladies, again, if you know what I'm saying, where they have to meet somewhere else at 6.
At some point on this date, does Seokhyun imply that Kwante was the only one that chose her for a date today? I felt like she did that.
Oh, yeah. I think she definitely does.
What she doesn't know is that every single guy knows that she's on 3 dates today.
Exactly.
Yu Jung would be like, she fucking lied to me. Right to my face.
Yeah, because he talks about like being worried that like if she only got to choose between the people that picked her, that he wouldn't get picked. And she's like, nah, you're the only one who picked me. But even if I got chosen by multiple people, I still would have chosen you, which I don't think is false.
Yeah, I think that actually is true. Yeah.
But yeah, she definitely lies about how many dates she's on. Well, that might be part of the weird show pressure if she's like, these dates are supposed to be secret to a certain extent.
She might have to act like nothing else is going on, even though there might be.
Ooh, but at the end of this date, as they're leaving, I guess they've been drinking a little bit, where they go to get a meal or whatever. She has him feel her pulse again. She's all about the pulse, or was it her before? It must have been, because she's the touchy one. Yeah. So we get some more.
Wait, there's another part where he asked her about not texting him, and she like tries to deny it. I mean, again, this might be the weird show thing. Yeah. But she's like, but how would you know that I didn't text you? And he's like, there's a couple scenarios where that could happen, where I only got one text and it was from my ex, or the other scenario where I got 0 text from anybody.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So she kind of lied to him twice, but again, it could be the show feeling like she has to lie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see Kwante like thinking this date, like still being into her, even though she didn't text him, and then like he's like seeing her lie twice to him. She's like, she must not be feeling this at all or something. Yeah.
Right. But she does like tell him that she, at least until like the 4th day, she only texted him.
Yeah, like, that is true.
Clear about that.
So yeah, I think she admits that actually.
Mm-hmm.
But then still tried to deny that she switched. She didn't switch.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a little weird. It's something that I would probably read into if I was on the date, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, she actually admits that she is like confused because he talks to so many women.
Mm-hmm.
But like, Sarah, if you were on the show, would that actually bother you? Because like, it's not like they are exes, right? It's just like a normal dating show situation as far as they're concerned.
Right, but I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I feel like we are more episodes into the show, and there's still so much up in the air about who people are talking to, than I would normally expect.
It's only 5 days. Episodes doesn't matter. It's just 5 days. This show's just fucking crazy with how much content they leave in the episode.
That is also true. But like, I even feel like last season of this show, I feel like it was narrowed down more. I feel like we didn't have anybody who was like, I'm into 3 people and let me just figure this out. Like the way Dongjin is methodically making his way through the women is not something that's standard. Like, I feel people lock things in a little bit tighter, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's actually probably right. The guys are a little more proactive in terms of like trying to date
everybody. Yeah.
But again, like, this would not bother me. The women,
like you're on a dating show, right? But like, I think there is something about the way Kwante makes his moves and the things he says that makes it feel like it feels very insincere, given that you see him saying it to other people too, right? Like, if he was just doing a more calm Dongjin situation where he's just like, hey, want to go on a date? I'm not saying any dumb weird shit. Just like, let's go on a date. It would feel different, I think.
Dongjin's like kind of doing the same thing, but he's doing it in a way where it's not as in your face.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel like authentic, He's not trying real hard he's trying hard, but not in a sort of almost kind of slightly cheesy way where it just feels more sincere.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Quante about being a little much, like
Mm-hmm.
like 2-3 episodes ago. So yeah, I get it. I get where they're coming from. I just don't know if I don't know if I'd actually call anybody out on it. Is he doing it enough that he needs to be called out on it? That's kind of where I'm at. There's no chance, like, I'd go on the show and like tell the girl that she's talking to too many guys. Like I would look like such an asshole.
But she does say this right after he is like kind of giving her shit about not texting him. And so in a way it is sort of her way of excusing herself from not texting him. Just being like, oh well, you know,
right.
I was confused because you're talking to everybody in this house, so why why would I think this is a thing?
Yeah, it did kind of make sense in the context to bring it up. Okay, yeah. All right. I think that's everything I have for that. I just don't none of these dates I was really vibing with that much. Like I don't really feel like she is feeling this. And like he seemed into her, but it was like he already kind of reacted to not getting a text from her and felt like even before this date, felt like he was trying to move
yeah,
on.
Yeah, he was pivoting.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Is it women's night now?
Yeah. We do get a little bit back at the house where we get some nice Dahei Hye-won, I don't want to say action, but like friendship action, you know, where they're just like
action, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they had said like they both
Dahei
assumed.
I missed
Yeah,
that. I missed that scene. Damn.
They both had assumed they weren't going to get dates today correctly, and they were like, we should just go on a date together. They were saying that the day before, and then we get Dahei coming back home from whatever she was doing, and they're like, I don't know, they have a cute friendship. And that's when they find out about the girls' night, and they get dressed together and like pick out each other's clothes and are almost like sort of matching, and then they run off to the party, and it's cute. I like watching them together.
Yeah.
They're like the most interesting couple right now.
Two losers looking cute together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it too. I'm still a Dahye fan, despite her focusing on Dongjin. It's come like one full 180, or like it's come all the way back around to being like, oh, okay, this is actually I can actually see now. I wish I knew why they actually broke up, because I still feel like we don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna find out, and they're just gonna get back together. And we're just supposed to believe that they broke up because of the whole K-pop situation.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do boys' night real fast, because I don't feel like there's much to worry about here.
Are you kidding me? I have a whole note.
Oh, really?
On the men's night.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it all to you right now.
Okay, let's go.
Juwon tells them he still likes his ex the most.
Yes.
But he could be lying. So I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing he says matters. And that was the men's night.
Okay, well, we also get I think, because everybody kind of answers that question of if they're more into their ex or into somebody new, and both Dongjin and Gwante are in the wanting to move on to somebody new camp.
We already knew that though.
Yeah, but they express it to each other. But we do get that Hui-hyun says he's still more into his ex, but his feelings for somebody else is starting to grow.
The Juwon thing was like new information. That's why I wrote it down. But I don't even know if he's telling the truth. This man lies to the guys. Like it's nothing.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. And then they show them mentioning about how a new guy should be coming, and that's when we cut over to girls' night, already in progress. Yeah, I don't think the girls' night, you know, they're hanging out. They're also talking about if they are into somebody new or their ex.
Hui-hyun is the only guy Songjong is interested in.
Yes.
Except maybe her ex that is not here yet.
Right. Oh, well, she didn't say that's not here yet.
I know she didn't, but I'm just saying.
Not here yet. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, the relationship we're going to find out at the end of episode 9, still the method of assuming everything is a lie made that relationship obvious.
Yeah.
It correctly predicted that relationship. So, assuming that still holds true, Songjong and Kwante's exes are not in the house. I'm sticking to that theory.
Okay. And then Yoo-jung says that she is someone that she's liked from the very beginning, which seems to be Juwon.
Sorry, who? Yoo-jung?
Yoo-jung.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I guess so. I'm confused, but okay.
And then we get our new guy. This is Changjin, who I keep trying to write as Changbin, which is not his name.
Do you pronounce it Chang or Chong?
It's probably Chongjin. You're right.
I didn't actually
Chongjin.
look at the characters, so I
Yeah, it's definitely Chongjin.
the romanization looks like Chong, but I'm not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Did you write down what the host had to say about him?
Oh yeah, I did. But first, I wrote down. I wrote down. Sucking seems very happy. There's a new guy.
Yes, I wrote the same thing.
Maybe she,
Not that set on anybody right now.
Yeah. Despite having 3 dates. First I wrote down Dahye's comments because for the first time in the show,
she shows interest in
Dahye
someone.
is talking about somebody that's not Dongjin. She says he's very tall.
Mm-hmm.
She likes his low voice.
Okay.
She thinks he's similar to her ex.
Of course.
So that's good. Or yeah, I don't know. I wrote down, is that good or bad? Like, I guess it's good, right?
Yeah, she is obsessed with her ex. So yeah.
Theoretically, it could be bad because they broke up, but we don't know why they broke up. So we don't know why it could be bad.
And she desperately wants to get back with him, so it can't be bad, right?
I wrote down, I'm rooting for this. I'm just happy Dahye's part of the show now. That's
absolutely.
It's not their depressing story that we've gotten so far. This is something to root for. I think by the end of this episode 9, Changjin, we're gonna see, is definitely Changjin is like Dahye, where he is also very much here to get back with his ex. So
yes,
I don't think there's a ton of hope.
There's some. The preview showed them going on at least another date
because they're not allowed to date their exes.
Maybe. Well, yes, you are not wrong.
Changjin and Dahye might still be part of the show, but I still feel like these two would choose their exes over each other.
Yeah.
If they had the chance. All right, these are what the host said. This is some important host comments here.
Yeah.
Gosh, he looks cool. But in terms of looks, I can't match him with Yu Jung.
Okay.
And at that point, I immediately knew he was Yu Jung's ex. Also, is this a huge slam on Changjin?
Yes, it's gotta be.
This woman host, the first one on the left, she was just burying him. Like, she said this like 3 times in some way, shape, or form. Like,
was she the one that said he looks cool though, or was it somebody else that he looks cool, and then she was like, I don't really see him with you.
It was probably somebody else that said he looks cool.
Yeah, because like somebody said he looks cool, and my first thought was like, he looks kind of like a nerd, which I feel is kind of like what she's trying to say.
I'm not trying to, like, I thought he looked dull, right?
Okay. Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's no way I'm saying that I wouldn't see him dating Yu Jung. Like, what? And I know that they think Yu Jung is attractive because they picked Yu Jung as the girl that like every guy would like. So
she's also a literal model.
Yeah. So this woman is just slamming this guy, saying like he's basically not attractive enough to date Yu Jung. But yeah, of course they're gonna be exes. They do throw out Song Jung, but they repeatedly go back to the one woman host being like, yeah, but how could he have possibly in a million years have fucking dated Yu Jung? It's literally not possible. So.
yeah, that's a little rough.
They also said he's so good looking. He is someone whom would normally call manly. And they said, why does he look like he's a sportsman? Which was like a bit of a sell on the Songjong thing. So I was like, okay, maybe. But then they keep going back to this. He couldn't possibly have dated Yu Jung. So yeah, it was a dead giveaway by the time they got around to it. Hyewan seems interested in him, but we don't really get a story from that either, right?
Yeah. They just have like a thing in common where like she went to elementary school in Philly.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this. I forgot about this.
And he went to a university in Pennsylvania, and I couldn't figure out if the translation was just hard and it was literally the University of Pennsylvania, which is where I went to school, which is why I cared, or it was just
It
I'm going to
probably
be vague
was.
about what school I went to.
If I had to guess, it probably was.
But I was going to say yes, too. But then he said, like, he was in, like, PA since, like, middle school. So then I'm like, it's not that he came to Philly to go to school, which would indicate something like UPenn. It could have just been like, this is where I live. I'll go to any school around here. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, did he say he was in Pennsylvania since middle school? Because I wrote down he was in the U.S. since middle school.
you know what?
Which means he could have lived anywhere
That might
in the
be right,
U.S.
yeah.
and then gone to Pennsylvania for college.
You're true. You're right. That might have been what they said. I don't know. But I couldn't figure out if it was just a translation or that was weird or if it's literally just, we're going to be vague. It drove me nuts. I wanted to know.
But what does his age end up being? It's like 30.
He is 32. Yeah.
Oh, also, since the last time we've talked, Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
my international age has gone up by 1.
It has. I always see it on my calendar and then I go, not going to say anything to him today because you don't really believe in birthdays. So I know it's not a thing, but I thought about you.
They happen.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not like you don't believe in the concept, but you're not big on celebrating birthdays, shall we say?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say this, even though you're not gonna like it, but
well,
I think last year on the podcast I talked about how I was 33, and then you told me that's not considered to be mid-30s.
Mid-30s, yeah.
But now I'm in my mid-30s.
Yeah, now you're in your mid-30s.
God damn.
Congratulations.
Doesn't sound great.
Hey, I'm sitting here in the late 30s.
The late 30s.
Feeling some sort of way about it, so, you know.
Damn. I was going to rudely guess that you were in your mid-40s.
No, but you know that I'm not that old.
I know, but yeah, I'm just trying to be a mean guy.
I will say that the mean shit doesn't work on me, so it might work on the listeners. That doesn't work on me.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't work on the listeners either.
My aunt texted me and was like, my mid-30s, that was my favorite time of my life. And I was like, that's just a nice thing to send to anybody. Like, anybody who's younger than you, and they mention, like, they're feeling older. Like, regardless of what happened to you in your life at that time, just be like, that was one of the greatest times of my life.
Now I just want to say it to somebody older than me. Just like, to be
Now
in my mid-80s.
It's not going to be comforting at all. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I guess some great stuff might happen in my mid-30s. Yeah,
sure, why not?
Great things can happen. With my new being mean to people strategy, this podcast's really going to explode, I think.
Things are really going to turn around.
Yeah, things are really going to get crazy around here. All right. What were we talking about?
We were talking about our new guy.
Oh, yeah. So he's 32. I'm 34 now. Mm-hmm. But I was 33 at the time of this show.
Yes.
And he went to if he did go to middle school in like the greater Philadelphia area, you know.
Have you met this man?
Depending on what sports he played. If he did play sports, I might have interacted with him.
There you go.
If he went to school near me, who knows?
Yeah.
I met him.
Well,
yeah.
We certainly don't. We don't even know if he does sports.
Yeah. Wait,
we never
do you
find
think
that out.
Like, usually though, a lot of the Korean friends I had, like, they would have like an American name.
Yeah. That's true. That's common. So it would be hard to know.
Yeah. Maybe if they tell me his American name, it'll ring a bell. I don't know.
We'll find out.
But there's a non-zero chance that I've seen him in real life.
Wow. There you go.
That's crazy. All right.
We'll have to do some Googling later and see if we can find out.
I'm good. I don't really care.
Fair. Okay.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm good.
I tried already. It was not useful.
Okay. Yeah, he works in strategic planning department of a construction startup company. Ooh.
Yes. I think later he also describes himself as an architect or something, or
strategic planning department of a construction company. Yeah,
shit.
It sounds like an architect. Yeah, he moved back to Korea 4 to 5 years ago.
Right.
Which means, and I think we find out this true, like he could not have been in a relationship with somebody prior to that. Right.
Right.
Or like his ex on the show has got to be like they only dated
within that time
for
span.
Like 4 years max. Yeah. It's going to end up being very short, right? Like less than a year, like 11 months.
Yeah,
I
think it's like 11 months, right? Yeah.
And also very close to breaking up before the show started.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like
They
they
broke
all
up like
are.
4 months ago.
They're all
Yeah, they're all
within.
like 4 to 5 months ago they broke up.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. He confirms his ex is already here, which also
Mhm.
kind of confirmed that like the other possibility was that his ex wasn't here, but he kind of confirms that his ex is here, which made
Right.
it
Right.
very, very, very likely that it was Yu Jong.
Yes, yes.
He tells them he likes sports, which they put in the edit to confuse us.
Yes.
To think it was
But he
Song
also
Jong.
likes going to amusement parks for dates, but he does not like cafes.
Yeah. If only he was in the talking room with the guys when Song Jong had to choose,
Mm-hmm.
then Juwon wouldn't have gotten another date. God.
Are you really bitter about that one date he went on? Okay.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Super bitter. I did write like he seems to be a bit dull, but
yeah, he or at least like
it's an awkward
an
situation.
introvert.
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
an awkward
person,
situation. I'm not saying I would have shined in this moment, but for somebody on a reality TV show, it was a lackluster first appearance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did not eliminate the possibility they dated Yu Jong. I think that's a step too far. I don't think Yu Jong has been so amazing, like incredible personality
Mm-hmm.
on this show either. And I would not be surprised at all if they dated. All right.
All right. So everybody, the girls leaving the bar, they go in 2 different cars. And he ends up in a car with Haewon and Dahae, the 2 women who really need to get in good with the new guy.
But there's this whole there's this whole thing where the women have to decide like who gets in the car with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Yu Jong just flat out says, I am not getting in that car.
Yes.
I was like, okay, that was weird.
But yeah, Dahae seems to be like trying to talk to him the whole way home. She is.
Yeah, she's like actually
her interest
flirting.
is peaked.
She's like actually flirting,
She's
like
on
hard.
the show.
Like even when she talked to Quante, it wasn't like this. Like Quante
Right.
was like
Yeah.
more of a friend talk
Mm-hmm.
advice situation, but this is like
Yeah. When the guys get home, they find all of his stuff in the first floor bedroom, and there's bunk bed, and they all, or at least Quante and Dongjin, decide to dress coolly because the new guy is coming, and they want to make a good impression.
oh. I guess so.
Or want to look good in comparison to him. I don't really know.
If
the
you wanted to
motivation.
impress the guy, wouldn't you be like, you wouldn't try to dress up at all, and then be like, damn, he didn't even care that I was coming.
I guess. I don't know.
If I was on these shows, I would literally be wearing like workout shorts and a t-shirt all the time.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything special here. Unless it's cold
Okay.
out, put on some sweatpants. Maybe wear some jeans sometimes. But these like baggy
Not
button
gonna
downs,
dress up for
these like
not gonna dress
baggy
up for a
button
date.
downs that these guys are wearing, no.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
okay.
I'm not dressing up like these guys are.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can wear some like better looking sweaters or something. Like I don't know.
Okay,
Definitely
okay.
not going all out to impress the fifth dude.
The new
that showed
guy.
up.
Yeah. Okay, so they all kind of settle in, meet the new guy, and tuck in for a night of drinking, which is also the doorbell rings so many times.
Is this the night it rings a bunch of times?
This is the night of the doorbell. First doorbell rings. Hey, it's time to reveal your age. So we got Quante's 26, and this is specifically international age.
Oh yeah, they
because
were very
Korea
specific.
has switched over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Quante's 26. Sokyun is 30, and upon her revealing it, they get this such a close up, like a derpy looking Quante face revealing that he is shocked that she is 30.
I thought Hui Hyun was really shocked
They also get a Hui Hyun shocked face.
because he thought they were like the same age.
Mm-hmm. And we find out that Hui Hyun is 24.
Song Jong thought he was older.
Right. He said something to her to indicate that he was older earlier too.
Hui
I
Hyun's
think.
always lying. He's really
Yeah.
doesn't want to give away anything that he's not supposed to.
Then we get Yoojung's 25. Juwon is 29. Dongjin is, we see this in the subtitles because he doesn't give his international age out loud. He's 31, actually, international age. Haewon's 26. Dahae is 30. And our new guy, Dongjin, is 32. So, yeah. An appropriate age for Dahae.
I remember thinking Yu Jung was going to be like one of the older women. So
yeah, I thought she was
I
going to
was
be like
actually way
28, maybe.
If I had actually sat down and guessed these ages, I would have been way off. Because even I thought Dahae was going to be older than 30 too. They made it seem like she was like
I
hella
thought she
old.
would have been like 32.
Yeah, I would. If they had said like 34, I wasn't going to be surprised. She made it seem like she was going to be hella old.
Yeah, she was really nervous about revealing her age.
Did you say Song Jong is 27?
Oh, yeah. Song Jong's 27.
When I was thinking about how Changjin and Yoojung were going to be exes, though, I was like, damn, they're going to have like a 7-year gap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was that made me almost like second guess it a little bit. But then I thought about like the other possibilities, and I was like, no, I guess this is just what it's going to be.
Yep.
So in like the last 4 years, yeah, they got together. Yeah, it's a pretty. It's you don't usually see gaps like that, even when the guy is older. You don't really see gaps like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. It's a bigger gap. But yeah, Hui Hyun is our youngest guy on the show and is also just the youngest person on the show. So I would not be surprised if options start drying up for him a little bit because he's very young compared to
I mean, I don't think
girls.
I think Songjong was surprised, but I don't think she really changes her tune.
That's true.
From what we see, but again, her ex probably isn't here yet, so we'll have to wait and see how she changes when that happens.
I do like that they waited this long to do ages, though. I feel like people bonded a little bit more in a way that I feel like they might not worry about the age as much, like, because that's theoretically the reason that you don't reveal it right away, right? But so many shows are just like, okay, it's night 2, tell your ages. So I like that it took a little longer to reveal.
I feel like we just shouldn't have revealed ages.
That's also, I would take that too.
Like, why not just go the
reveal
whole
it
show?
on the final night?
Yeah, just go the whole show. Don't reveal ages.
I'd go with that. Yeah,
because
I, like
I don't think, at least with this group of people, I didn't get the sense that anybody was like, "Oh, this person seems younger, so I'm not interested in them."
Yeah.
If anything, they were like optimistic. They were like, "Oh, I'm vibing with this person. They must be the same age as me."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like if you get a cast where it feels like, oh, they're actually like, they like each other, but this person's like is actively avoiding some people that they think are younger than them or whatever, then you might want to reveal the ages so that they realize, oh, there are more options available. But these people, if anything, revealing the ages was going to restrict people more.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think they shouldn't have done it. But it's a segment that fills up time on the TV show. So
yes.
I guess they just do it. Yeah.
Speaking of segments that fill up time on the TV show, the doorbell rang again. Now they delivered the X intros for Sungjun and Changjin.
Yep.
Is this the part that you did not watch?
Not yet, but we're getting real close. We're getting real fucking close.
Okay. And then these absolute crazy people decide that, oh, well, it's only fair if we all read our X letters again.
That is not a crazy thought, okay? Because we've talked about how like the people that come in late to the show aren't having the same experience. I mean, these extra introductions worth reading again or having done the first time? No, they're not. They're not. But in terms of having the same show experience, if these X introductions actually do matter, then it would make sense that the new people got to hear everybody's X introductions.
Well, last season we didn't get X intros for the Game Changers at all, right? They did not.
I don't think so.
Get these letters. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Game Changers like got fucked up the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Out of anybody on the show. What's fucking crazy? Is that I have to watch them reread their X introductions.
Well, they didn't do all of them. They only did one.
I don't know. I don't know which ones they
relevant.
did. When this is, I will.
Okay.
They do Songjong, right? She doesn't really cry while reading, right?
Yeah.
She does tear up in the confessional.
But we do get Kwante gets a little misty-eyed.
Yeah, the hosts point this out to us specifically.
Yeah.
To really, trick us.
Well, just the people in the room are even like, "Why are you crying, man?"
Yeah.
So like,
I'm not buying
it was noticeable.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they all read their X introductions again, right? He could have been crying to any of their X introductions.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So this is not real. They're not X's. You can't fool me. Can't fool me.
Okay.
Changjin is definitely gonna cry. I'm watching this. This is new content, not content that I care about really, but it's content that I tolerate when I, I'm watching this show for the podcast. He cries.
Yeah.
He cries. He's a very like Dahe like kind of reading of his thing. Okay.
And then they show her crying in the middle of his. Yeah.
And then they go to Dongjin, and I'm like, no way. We're actually reading the X's. And then I even got through Dongjin because it was like, okay, I get why they're showing us Dongjins. Like, I know Dongjin and Dahye. This is the end game of the show. Okay, I get it. They're building it, whatever. And then I don't even know who fucking went. After that, I fucking rage quit. I fucking rage quit the TV show
Okay.
in that moment.
It was
no fucking
Yu
way.
Jung.
Nope, I
And
don't
that's-
care. I'm out.
Well, it's
I'm out the
relevant
podcast. See ya. I'm
because-
done. I'm done with the podcast. See ya.
Changbin's her ex, so it was or Chongjin's her ex, so it was relevant for her to read hers again. It's okay.
All right, I'm back.
It was relevant because she's his ex. So now you've gotten both sides of their ex letters.
I've heard it already.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't like it the first time.
But their letters have context clues. They reference the same thing, so they wanted to soft launch these people are together.
Look, I get it.
On the show.
I know. I see it already. You don't have to. I don't need to do this. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh my god. I could not believe it. Okay, so you're telling me not everybody went.
No, that was Yu Jung was the last one.
Okay, I kept skipping it. I was like, it doesn't seem like everybody went, but it was long enough that it was worth skipping. That's for sure.
Oh, but then we get this. So Quante's like crying a lot, right? And we get this confessional from him that says that his ex never told him that she loved him. And I'm like, this is that when we get his ex story, it's gonna be messy. It's just my
who was
prediction
this?
now.
Who was this?
Quante, his ex, just like never said that she loved him. So
Oh, yeah, they dated for like a week.
well, maybe, but we'll see.
Wait, the ex admitted that she never said she loved him?
No, Quante said that his ex never told him that she loved him.
Oh, he said that in a confessional or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. There's no way Song Jong never said she loved him, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I read my notes. Fuck this. I can't do it. Sarah, what did I miss? Nothing.
That's all you missed.
Nothing, I assume. It sounded like I missed nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the telling him saying that his ex never said they loved him, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, of all the people on the show to say that, I'm like not surprised.
3210, nobody loves you.
But yeah, so then the doorbell rings again, and now Dongjin gets to pick somebody for a date because he's the new guy in.
Ask her out now, is what it says.
Yes. It's not even like text us in front of everyone. It's literally just ask her out or
He
whatever,
does
yeah.
do that, I think. I think he does text, but then he like says to everybody, and he fucking got some people
He fucks
confused.
it up. So he says Haewon, but he meant Dahye, and everything's very confusing for a little moment there.
No, Dahye knew he was picking her because he like pointed to her, looked at her. So Dahye picked up on it really fast, but then it was a whole awkwardness of him being like, "Oh crap," and then he like grabbed his phone because I'm pretty sure he texted the wrong name to production.
Yeah, and that's the end of episode 8. There we go.
Oh, they zoom in on Dongjin's face as they end
yeah.
episode 8.
And he's like, "Wait, which one did he pick?"
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Dongjin knew who got picked. He was very aware.
No. He was asking
he was
clarification.
Acting like he didn't know, but he knew who got picked.
Okay.
He was very aware who got picked.
Okay, now it's texting time again. Weekend gets 2 texts. One of them is from A1, where she says, "It's not easy to stay positive while you're busy."
I think that's cool. Thank you. You know how I felt yesterday. Was that the same? Wasn't that all the same text?
Oh, wait. Maybe I missed the second half of it. Say it again.
Yeah, it's not easy to stay positive while you're busy. I think that's cool. Thank you. You know how I felt yesterday.
Oh, it's sassier than I even thought it was.
Yeah, because the other one's just, let's have a fun talk.
Walk tomorrow. Have fun talking on a walk tomorrow.
On a walk tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's from Sengjung. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
that first one's sassy.
But like, she tells us that like she realized she was being childish yesterday and not texting him.
And then she doubles down on the childish behavior
but is she trying to say
how
like,
she wrote her text? Yeah.
She's trying to say like, even though I didn't text you yesterday, you know how I felt yesterday. Or she's saying like, you know I didn't text you because I was mad at you yesterday. Like their communications, they're not on the
Is
same
not
wavelength.
good.
Whatever it is,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not on the same
absolutely.
wavelength at all. Because again,
Hmm.
this is before we haven't even gotten to the candies thing yet, but like they're
Yeah,
clearly not understanding each other, and it's
absolutely.
their faults. Like
Hmm.
Hyewan,
Just like talk. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
Hyewan's confusing as hell, and he is too. Like based on the text, it's hard to even tell what's going on here. But then Songjong texts him is like, "Let's go on the walk tomorrow." Hell yeah.
Yep. And then he texts her back, but his text is so vague that she does not know that it's him. So ineffective.
Oh, what does he text her?
What keeps you so energetic? And this is like after she had like been dancing around in the room and like
Oh yeah.
being silly and fun, So literally anyone could have sent her
Everyone was
that.
like crying over
Their X
their ex
letters, yeah.
letters. So she was, as soon as everybody finished, she was like, "All right, it's time to start singing and dancing." And then she like got out the karaoke and like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And then that's what really impressed Huihyun more than anything, more than any
Yes.
conversation they had. It was her singing and dancing that made him.
Yes.
Yeah. What keeps you so energetic, if you know what I'm saying?
So then Yujung gets two texts, one from Chuwon and one from Kwante, both sort of alluding to going on more dates.
Yeah, it was like very not clear which one was from who. I could not figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
One was about perfume and one was about shooting. Let's go shooting. Don't shoot me. But
Yeah.
like I swear Juwon mentioned something about perfume, but then that's the date she's gonna go on with Quante.
Yes, it was very
It was
confusing.
weird. Yeah. I don't know.
It must have come up with Quante at some point and they just didn't show it or something, or
Maybe
I
they
missed it.
both
I don't
talked to
know.
her
I
about a
think
perfume
so.
date. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very weird. But then they don't
And
go
this
on
is
a
where we
shooting
get
date.
a
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't
they
know.
don't go on a shooting date yet.
Also, what
That
are they
might happen
shooting?
later.
Is
I
it
don't know.
like photo shooting? Or are they shooting like Wake Dongjin and Hyewan did? Like that kind of shooting?
Maybe,
But don't
or
shoot me.
maybe,
Don't shoot me. That can't
maybe.
be photos, right? Don't shoot me.
Yeah, I think maybe it's going to like a legit shooting range or something.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is where Quante says Salkyun doesn't make his heart flutter.
Yes, yes, she makes him feel too comfy, so he's switching lanes to Yujung. Then Jiwon gets a text from Yujung that she enjoyed the date they went on today.
Puke. Puke. That's why I remember my notes. Puke.
Okay. Changjin gets 0 texts, which is unfortunate. I was really hoping at this point that Dahye would text him.
Yujong also claims to be not interested in anybody else, and her ex is here at the time, but I don't know when the confession was from. Also, she
True.
at least wants to like try not to get back with her ex. At this point, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, Changjing is actually more upset that his ex didn't text him than he is that Dahye didn't text him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little focused on something.
He's like, you'd think she would know that I'm feeling awkward today, and she would at least text me because of that or something. And it's like, that's not how this game works, my dude.
He's literally tearing up from the disappointment in confessional of not getting a text from her, and he thinks that like if their situations were switched and she was a game changer, that he would just have texted her. I mean, he probably would have. He probably would have texted
because
her
he's interested in getting back with her.
because
Yeah,
he's the one that
exactly.
invited her on the show.
Is that true?
Wants to get
Do we
back
know
together.
that?
I assume it has to be, right? I mean, how fucked up is
Yeah.
Jung if she invited him on the show?
You're right. Yeah. I don't think they explicitly said it, but yeah, I think you're right.
She cuts the string and he doesn't. So it has to be. It just has to be. If you invite somebody on the show and you cut the string, nah. Bad,
yeah.
No.
Bad form. Sokyun gets a text from Dongjin. Kwante gets a text from Sokyun where she's like, I'll take the lead because
yeah, she's going back to Kwante.
He wants her to take the lead. Yeah.
Yeah. It like, I don't know, like didn't seem that good, but then yeah, Sokyun's all over the place. I don't really know what she's doing.
Yeah, she says in her confessional that like her date with Dongjin was nice, but they just talked about life and dogs, and it wasn't enough for her feelings to grow. And I'm like, what else you need to talk about on a first date? That seems fine. But she's had a meaningful talk with Kwante, so she texted him. And I'm like, well, okay, you're comparing a first date to a second date, so that, I guess, sure.
Did Kwante cook today? Oh, that nobody had to cook today.
Nobody had to cook today.
Yeah, she must have been. This is a tough night for her to text. Because like she made it seem like she would just chose between the 2 dates she had, and then she liked Kwante like more than Dongjin. But like from what we saw, it didn't seem like her date with Kwante was that great either. She also was like very excited about the new guy, but she didn't text the new guy. So maybe she's not
Yeah.
vibing with the new guy either.
She might be seeing that like Dahae is like into the new guy maybe, and like oh, I can't possibly take all of the guys. I don't know.
You think that would be a thing? Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like Seokyeon's that hype about anybody,
Yeah.
which is fine. You know?
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm just not buying anything the show's selling as far as a serious relationship with anybody in her. I don't even know if the show really is
that's
trying
fair.
to sell anything that hard.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just don't get back with Ju-won, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Okay, so then Dongjin gets one text from Dahae, don't cry, I won't cry anymore. Like, theoretically, this is a goodbye text or something, you know? Like, I'm done, I'm moving on, I'm not gonna make you feel bad anymore.
This is such a Haeun text. Come on.
Is it? I feel Haeun would be like, I am going to cry forever because you've wronged me so.
I guess Haeun never texts this, but she definitely, like, if in the time she got to talk to Gyumin, like, after the X room or whatever, I feel like she was like, yeah, she told him, like, I won't cry anymore, I promise. Like,
oh, yeah, that's
or
true.
something. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
we all knew it was a lie.
I'm not buying. Like, if you're wasting one of your nights of texting to theoretically break up with your ex again,
Yeah.
that's not breaking up with your ex. Like, just stop texting them. Again, it's the same thing that Hyeon's gonna do later. Like, she's gonna text his ex, like, I have nothing to say anymore. It's like, well, then why are you saying something to me?
Well, she was moved because he was reading his letter and he cried during it tonight, and she just, wants to like put a little pin in this and be like, it's fine, don't cry.
You're talking about
Dahae, yeah. And she does say later, like after the next day's text to a bunch of the women are in the room, she's like, yeah, I texted my ex for the last time yesterday, and now I don't have anybody to text tomorrow. So like,
oh, she says that. I missed
that.
I did miss that comment. Okay,
because she does text Chungjin then, but he doesn't text her back. So she's like, don't know what to do now. So we'll see where that goes.
I have to assume she's going back to Dongjin, but we'll see.
I don't know. And then Dahae gets a text.
Let's go. First text.
Thank you for helping me today. Well, she did get one in the very beginning, I thought, from Wante about going on a run.
Oh, going on the second day?
Second day. She got a text from Wante.
Right,
okay.
Not first day, but second day. Yeah, you're right.
I got a color-coded chart. I know who she got a text from. So yeah, this is her second text from Chungjin. Thank you for helping me today. So if you're ever on a show and not doing so well, just be like real extra friendly to the game changer, and maybe you'll get a text.
Okay, here's the thing.
Feel awkward.
Did you get to see? So you actually got to see Dahae reread her ex introduction?
No.
Oh, you did?
No.
Okay. But do you think it happened?
Yes, every single person reread their thing. We just didn't have to watch all of it.
It's either Chanjin's going to text his ex on the first day, which is weird. Although he says he would have done it, but only in like the reverse scenario. But like my whole thing was like, there's no way anybody's texting Dahae after the ex introductions. But then I guess he is doing it after the ex introductions.
Yeah, maybe she didn't cry as much.
She was like the only girl that was flirting with him, so
yeah,
I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, those are the texts. And then the doorbell rings again because it's the night of a million doorbells, and we get the breakup packages for the two newbies. Chungjin does not open his, and Sungchun goes to open hers immediately. It's funny, everybody, I feel like so many people, well, at least maybe the women on the show were like, yay, thing to open, and then open it and immediately have made themselves sad.
Great TV. We love it, right?
Yes, this is the shirt she gave her ex as her very first gift she ever gave him, and she is sad to see it.
The woman host thinks the shirt would look good on Quante.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we don't see much of it. It's just a black shirt.
Maybe he'll get to wear it later for the first time in his life. Should we make an entire TV show of just people opening gifts and being sad afterwards?
It doesn't work without context, though. I don't think,
Yeah, they open a gift, right? And then they look at it, and then we get a whole backstory of why the gift makes them sad. That's the whole show. That's the whole show.
Okay.
That's TV people want to see. All right. Changjin is going to open it. Okay, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah.
Changjin's going to open it later, and it's a necklace that he bought for.
That's right, yeah.
And she wore it every day that they dated.
Yes.
For 11 months.
11 whole months, or however many months less than that since the time he gave it to her. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the breakup package is arriving is what prompts Hui-Hoon to go get his candies and share them, and that whole mess happens. And then at some point later, Kwon-tae goes and hangs out with Yoo-jung to properly invite her for this perfume date. If ever there feels like on one of these shows a date that somebody didn't really want to go on but felt they had to, even though it was an unofficial date, this is it. Right?
Yeah, she's gonna say to us that like his flirting makes her uncomfortable.
Yes.
Fair. Seems right to me.
And she just came off of this date with Juwon that she had like a really good time. She's literally got a photo of them in her pocket from when they went to the photo booth, because she wants to give it to him later or something. And Guante sees it and gets ridiculously sulky and weird about it. And it is unattractive and not fun.
Between like Quante's kind of like weirdness or like a little extraness that we've talked about, and then the fact that Yoo-jung is kind of like shitting on him, it like makes him seem very unattractive. But I still would say like if he was doing this to the right girl and the girl's responsive to him, I bet the whole narrative would be like total 180 where everybody's like, oh yeah, Quante, he's so smooth, you know.
Yeah.
One of the guest hosts they have in one of these episodes, his like favorite character is Quante. I think it's before all this stuff happens.
Well, yeah, like at the beginning of the season, he seemed, he was different then.
I don't think he was really different. It was just like, I was like, oh, this is a different person that we don't usually get on the show. It's like he's actually being proactive and trying to date everybody. I will say, like, I think Yoo-jung is having like a little bit of a double standard here where it's like, she's bothered that the guys that are into her are like trying to date other people, but she's also going on like multiple dates with other people, right? Like,
yeah. And then is annoyed at him for being jealous that she went on a date. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah. It doesn't totally add up everything. It's not the exact same situation, but I'm not really here to bury Quante. Like, I don't think his flirting strategy is great, but I do think some people like it, and it's just not these people.
Well, just like outside of his flirting skills or lack thereof or whatever, just his reaction to her having this photo is just not a great reaction you'd want to have, you know?
But I think what he's doing is like, they kind of talked about it, right? Like he's doing like the move where you act like you're almost already in a relationship with the person. Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, it's not great. Like it's nothing that I would recommend to anybody, but if he found somebody that was responsive to it, then it wouldn't seem so bad. That's all.
It would play differently. Yeah.
He's not good at picking up on when things aren't working, and I think that's his biggest weakness. Like, I don't really care that he's trying. Definitely. He's just not good at identity. He's a little too late to realize that things aren't working.
Yeah.
I don't really. Juwon's the only person I am really totally out on in the show.
Yeah. Well, Yoo-jung goes to him immediately after this, and then they make a plan to go on a date on Monday. This is still Saturday, so she's busy tomorrow. Couldn't possibly do 2 dates in a day like So-kyun does. So she's gonna go out on Monday with him, and then maybe we'll find out what kind of shooting it is. I guess we'll see.
We haven't seen the Juwon.
We have not seen the Juwon date yet.
Oh, okay. Wait, did we skip over the whole soccer ball thing?
Oh, we did skip over the soccer ball thing because it didn't go anywhere.
What do you mean it didn't go anywhere?
Okay,
that
talk
was
about
my
the soccer
favorite
ball
part.
Thing. Okay.
Well,
go.
Actually, it wasn't great because it was centered around Juwon, but
yeah.
But Yoo-jung was like very much noticing Juwon with the soccer ball effort, like this Juwon guy, like I was questioning whether or not he actually ever played soccer. He's better at soccer than Song-jung is. Like he clearly has played soccer, but like he did not know like what stores carry soccer balls. Like
that's true.
This guy
is so many stores.
He said he had to call like 8 or 10 stores before he called like what? I've never been to Korea. I don't know how hard it is to get a soccer ball, but like in the US, like I can narrow it down to a few stores that, carry sporting goods.
Yeah.
And those would be the ones that have soccer balls. Now, maybe he was calling only sporting goods stores, and soccer balls are not popular enough to have in any sporting goods store. But I feel like it's popular enough, even in Korea, that they'd have them. So I don't know. In my head,
I
he called some like dumbass 7 stores
don't know.
before he finally was like, oh, maybe this sporting goods store would have a soccer ball.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair read. I mean, we've already had Yu Jung call him dumb multiple times this
Yeah.
episode, so sure.
Yeah. But like, and then like he goes and gets a soccer ball and he buys a new one. And then Yu Jung is like noticing, wow, he put in a lot of effort to like do this soccer ball thing with Song Jong. Little does she know how much effort he actually put in because he's so dumb he had to call 8 stores.
Right,
He
right.
didn't give up. Like he was like, all right, this this shoe store doesn't have soccer balls. Let me call next door. Also, there was like one point in the show where I thought Yu Jung was Seokhyun. And
Okay.
oh, it was when there's like a conversation between Yu Jung, Ju Won, and Kwante in like the upstairs living room, but I thought that was Seokhyun the whole time. So I was like, wow, Seokhyun and Ju Won are really saying some things to each other, like in front of Kwante. Because they're like talking about their exes. I was like so confused. Yeah. We skipped that conversation too. I don't know if anything actually happened.
No, we talked about that one.
It was like more meaningful if it was Seokhyun, but then I realized it was Yu Jung, and then I was like, well, I don't know. Oh, we did talk about it? Okay. I thought that was Seokhyun like the whole time, and I completely messed up my notes on that.
Oof. But after all that effort, the soccer ball didn't go anywhere. Like they kicked it around for a little bit, and then I don't think we saw much of the two of them
Yu Jung
like
saw
interacting.
him. I'm just saying Yu Jung saw him putting in effort.
Put all this effort for somebody else. Yeah.
Because like that, I mean, I think that's tangible. Like he went out of his way to go buy a soccer ball with like the one girl in the house that was talking about playing soccer. Like I think that's something.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. But she likes him enough to get over it, so.
But it's important from the standpoint that at the end of this episode, Ju-won is not going to text Yu Jung.
Right.
And I wonder who Yu Jung is going to think that he texted.
Oh, that's true. Actually, no, because she does she doesn't get that text from him. She's talking to Dahye and Haewon, I think, and she pretty accurately sums up that
she actually gets
she
it right.
thinks Ju-won is torn between her and his ex. Now, whether he thinks his ex is Sejong or something, I don't know.
Who the ex is, but she probably thinks the ex is Songjong, if I had to guess.
Maybe, yeah. We get this weird situation where like Ju-won goes to Seokhyun after asking Yu Jung out, goes to her room, and then they go make ramen. And he's teasing her about how she touches everybody. Kwante shows up, she puts a face mask on him and is like touching his face. Ju-won's annoyed. And
Ju-won is a fucking loser, dude. Come on.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. But like, I just love the transition of ask out girl, go to ex's room, make her food. Like it is a weird situation.
Be jealous of ex touching other men.
Yes. Then tell her about it, and then she does it in front of you on purpose. Like, yes, this is a healthy situation.
You actually think she's doing it on purpose? I don't even think she is. I think it's just like, it's not as meaningful to her as it is for the average person. Or definitely not as meaningful as it is to Ju-won.
I just, like, maybe not doing it on purpose out of spite, but just being like, I reject your idea that this is a big deal. I'm not going to let it stop me from doing it right now. Like, it's not, I don't think enough time has passed for her to, like,
she's literally helping him put the face mask on. It's, like, not even a thing. Like, the other stuff is, like, again,
that's true. That other stuff is more of a thing, I guess.
Like, if she wants to touch his tricep, I don't care. But, like, yeah, this guy's a loser. And if you like him, you're a loser too. We'll just keep throwing that out there.
Oh, geez. Okay. Nobody is fine.
You sign off on anything I say, right, sir?
That is not true at all. I just sometimes move right by it.
Okay.
I do not sign off on calling our listeners losers.
Conditionally. I'm conditionally calling them losers.
Either way, I am not calling our listeners users. Losers. I like them.
I like them too.
Okay.
Clearly, you can like somebody and still treat them terribly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Have we learned anything watching the show?
No, I think we've learned the wrong lessons watching this show. And then to cap off the evening with the most ridiculous thing, Jiwon gives Haeun a pep talk about and encourages her to just talk to her ex if she's sad, which I mean, okay, good advice. Um, and then she kind of manages to wake Hui-hyun up a little bit, be like, "Do you have anything to say to me?" And he's like, "What? No," and falls back asleep, or says, "We'll talk tomorrow." And she gets upset and leaves, and he falls back asleep and does not remember the conversation because he was barely awake. And then when he does not talk to her the next day about whatever she thinks she thinks he needs to say to her, she is done with him forever, or so she says.
Yeah, no way. She texted
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
She texted him.
It is ridiculous.
She texted him.
Yeah.
There is this whole thing with her and Dongjin that's like going on.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is like the last. I don't know. I can't tell if this is a thing. I think one of the listeners said they like Hyewon.
They
and
enjoy
Dongjin, so
it.
maybe
Yes,
this
yes,
is
yes.
maybe this is like the best alternate option we get for Dongjin besides Dahye.
Yeah.
But we don't get a lot from them in this. They like blow bubbles together or something in the backyard.
Yes.
Oh, the bubbles they got from like the shooting thing they did. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes, from the date they went on
Yeah,
before. So,
okay, yeah.
That's a little something. All right. Next day. It's day 7. It's a Sunday. We get Hui-hyun, Seungjun going on a walking date. They go to a park. They meow at some cats. And then they go to a cafe. They seem to be having a nice time.
She's super cute.
Yes, absolutely.
Hui-hyun is kind of whatever, but she likes him, so I'm in.
So, yeah,
I'm in.
yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm,
I trust
yeah.
her. I have no reason not to trust her. She's kind of like the last hope for me on this show. I mean,
okay.
I mean, I'm not against the whole Dongjin Dahye thing, so I guess I'm kind of here for that a little bit. It's not as the exes getting back together is not as exciting to me, but I'm not against it. But yeah, like I actually like Songjong, and her story hasn't spiraled out of control yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
she's good.
I think she's doing great. If she likes somebody, I trust her. I trust her judgment. Why not?
And in confessional, she seems to be okay with the age difference, where she's like 3 years older than him. So
yeah, I mean, she still does the
There you
walk.
go.
She still acts the same. There's no. I mean, again, her ex probably isn't here yet, so
Mhm.
we'll see how that happens. But yeah, it was something. There's a
Yeah.
lot of little like unofficial or official dates on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really blew me away. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of. Oh, this is like a mix of like official and unofficial dates actually.
Yes,
in a row
yes.
here, day 7. Okay.
So next is the Changjin Dahye official date.
Tufting.
They go
They're gonna do tufting again.
A
Do you remember
tufting, yes. I do remember tufting. Although the last time I think they were tufting together on one
Yeah.
thing or something, and this time they're making phone cases for each other.
They made like a frame for like a mirror. It was Tae and the game changer that
He left with. Yeah,
I forget her name. Naun.
Yeah, there we go.
I was like, I remember what tufting is, and I was like, oh yeah, I know why I know what tufting is. It was in season 2. That's what I learned.
But hey,
tufting
that
was.
was Jeju Island tufting.
That was
This
Jeju
is
Island tufting.
Gold
yeah.
tufting.
They tuft some phone cases though.
Yeah, they.
Would you want a
tuft 'em
phone
hard.
with like carpet on the back?
No, I like your phone's already like the grossest thing you own, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem ideal.
I wouldn't want a squishy surface. No, that would. Ugh,
Yeah,
so gross.
It was an odd choice.
But they seem to have a decent enough time.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm down for these two to be something.
Yeah.
It's also like something I would root for.
you just don't believe it given the current state of how he's
Yeah,
talking
it
about
just
his ex,
seems
which is
very
fair.
unlikely, considered both of them how into their exes they seem.
I could really see her like turning a corner here. Like I would believe that.
Really? I do feel like maybe these two, like this, they will be each other's non-ex best option as far as the storyline goes.
But ultimately wouldn't choose each other. Yeah, okay.
I mean, they might, depending on what their exes do. I'm not saying like they won't pick each other like 100%. They're both at this point for sure. They're both more into their exes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But either way, I was happy to see her on a date and having a good time. So I'll take what I
Oh
can
yeah,
get for now.
I liked it too. Yeah, I'm here for the Dahye and Songjong content. I like them both. I think because Dahye doesn't do the normal I'm jealous watching my ex, and I'm gonna go. She got over that stage of
Mm-hmm.
of the thing. Now
Yeah,
she might
yeah.
revert back into it if depending on what happens, but yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next is a Quante Yujung date that she like super really doesn't want to go
Yeah, I
on.
actually was like, when did this get scheduled? Was this when he was awkwardly flirting with her and she thought it was weird?
Yeah, it was like before he got all sulky about the photo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually like didn't even know this was about to happen. It happened.
But yeah, this is when they get in the car and she's like, "How long is it going to take to get
Yeah,
there?" Good. I don't want a long drive.
she's not excited at all. Yeah, she's so indifferent to him.
Yeah, but this is where she like calls him out on being like acting that way about the photo and like being like, "Hey, you know what? He asked me out on a date. You didn't like pick me for the date thing. So you can't be upset about this." And he makes some lame ass excuse about being awkward around girls he likes. Sure. Okay.
He also doesn't he lie to her about not having a date yesterday?
Yeah, probably. I
But
don't
then
remember, but
how does she know that he has a date? I feel like she knows he has a date and he calls him out on it, or she calls him out on it. But like, what is it with these guys just like lying? Maybe it's just what they think the show
yeah, it
wants
is
them
a
to
show.
lie.
I think I think that has a lot to do with it.
The main part of Yu Jung's story to me is like guys lying to her and then her finding out that they're lying.
Yep.
That's like the
Mhm.
main. That's what I associate her with more than anything.
Yep.
What is it with these bros trying to lie to this woman so many times?
So I'm gonna assume the reason she broke up with her ex is the similar circumstance.
Oh, because she's so talking about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Also, because they gave me nothing to latch on to other than
We'll
it
never
is
find
his
out,
fault.
and they'll get back together.
Ugh, okay. But yeah, they go to make perfume. They sniff each other a lot, and then they go get McDonald's drive-through for everybody.
But this is when Quante is like, "Oh, when she called me out for lying, I thought that was
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was sexy as hell.
Yeah, he loved that
she
shit.
she really put me in my place."
If you know what I mean. You don't even. He
Where did I write this
basically
down?
said
I
it
don't even know where I wrote
himself.
this down. I thought this was the funniest shit. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope this is like the rest of Quante's story on the show. It's like him being
Yeah.
into women who kind of like scold him a little bit.
Well, is anybody else gonna scold him?
I mean, is
I
that
don't
really
know.
that much different than being mean to somebody? Not that different.
No, it's not. I guess I don't know. Some people like it. I don't.
Because
I
like she's
don't.
literally like kind of making it obvious that she's not that into him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm really into that."
Well, he must not read it as her not being into him.
You think so,
She
or is he just really into it? He doesn't care.
that might be true. I don't know.
You're really forward about not liking me. That's like my favorite thing.
My favorite thing is when people don't like me and tell me about it. Yeah, I don't know.
She seems happy when the date is over, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And then he seems very happy when she's not happy when the date is over. Okay.
All right, then we get Hyun and Sokyun's date. Finally,
I just wrote down food and nothing happened.
Yes, pretty much. They're at a cafe. They talk about the age difference. He explains his whole like ratio of wanting to get back with his ex versus not, and how it's changed.
But we already knew that. We already knew that information.
Yeah, but he like tells it
He's
to a
explaining it to
woman in this
her,
house,
yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nothing big there.
Again, like it is like their whole thing is like I feel like I'm seeing something, but the show is not telling the story. So I just feel like there's nothing like I feel like I get why Hui Hyun picked her, but the show has not invested any amount of time for developing this relationship. So I think it's just not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. Also, this is one of the bigger age differences. I don't expect this to happen.
Yeah, I don't think Seokhyun's here for the young guy.
Yeah.
Which makes it, I guess all the guys, I mean, her ex is what, 1 year younger than her? So.
Yeah. I don't think it's because he's the young guy, though. Like, I think if she really liked him, like, it probably wouldn't matter. But, like.
Oh, really? They're very friendly with each other.
Yeah. I don't know. But she definitely thought he was older before she found out his actual age. I don't know why. I think he's got such a baby face, but everybody was like, he's seems he's so much younger than we thought he was. I don't know.
Sokken's built different. Her
Okay.
mind's just built a little bit different. I think.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Also, Huihan sucks in the kitchen, so like, where can this possibly be?
Oh, that's true. It absolutely cannot work out.
Yeah.
Can't even make rice without help.
I think that's why she was never that interested. But like everything else seemed like it was good. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you
that's
don't
fair.
make good food,
It's a fair read.
Sokken's not here for
I can't blame her. Makes sense.
it. God damn, that's the deal breaker.
Not really. It's just
you're
fun to
perfect.
say.
You're fucking perfect, but you don't make good enough food. I'm out.
There is something about like you are an adult and you don't know how to make food for yourself. What's going on?
I get that. Yeah. If like you literally,
And there is
if you
also,
literally
like,
could not like cook yourself a meal to survive, which I don't even think that's what Heehyun is. Like Heehyun can make himself food.
He didn't know
It's
how to
just
make rice.
he's just not fancy.
In a rice maker. You just put it in.
I guess that's true.
It's not hard.
Yeah. Maybe he is that bad. I don't know.
And there is something like if I were dating a man, I would be always on edge about like weird gender role shit. Like if you can't cook for yourself, are you just expecting me to be the person who like takes care of you? Like I'm not gonna be your mom. Like that's not what I'm here for in this thing, It just
I feel like
leads
you
to
would
other
also
shit.
be excited to cook for your partner. No?
Not really.
Oh,
My
really? Okay.
desire to cook has lessened as the years go by.
What about baking?
On occasion.
Oh, you're just not as into it as I remember. Okay.
I'm just not as into it anymore. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. You've
I'm less
changed,
of
Sarah.
I have
Those
changed
late
so much.
30s just really do something to you. I'm scared now.
I think you're gonna be just fine.
Were your mid 30s the greatest time of your life, Sarah?
I don't know.
You just tell me they
All
were.
times
Just tell
of
me
the-
they were. Sarah.
Yes.
Okay,
no, the greatest times of my life are now.
No.
So you have even more to look forward
Oh.
to, right?
Yeah,
There
but
you
what
go.
about
Is that
like,
a better?
What about like the next 3 years though?
I mean, yeah, they might suck, but you'll get through it.
Oh God.
Hey, they are what you make of them.
Wait,
You'll
so
be fine.
mid 30s suck, but late 30s are the best time of your life.
No, everything's different for everybody. It is what you
No.
make of it.
No.
It's fine. Okay.
No, you tell me how my life is gonna be, please.
Everything's fine. It's gonna be great. These will be your best years, and then you'll have nothing to look forward to. So there you go.
That sounds like a lie.
Is that the
I
perspective
like
you
my
wanted?
aunt's answer was what better.
Okay. All right. Dong Jin Haewon unofficial backyard bubble blowing date. Does that count?
Oh sure, why not? I didn't write anything down, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We just get a confessional from him where he's like, the sound of her laughing is exhilarating. And she's like, he makes her feel brighter. Like they're saying nice things in confessional about each other. So they want us to believe that this might be a thing.
Yeah, I wrote down like, are these two a real thing? Like, what are we doing here? And then my perspective was like, Dongjin just seems like he's fighting so hard to like anyone that isn't his ex. Like,
might also be true.
like who's left after this? Like, is he gonna try dating Songjong and then whoever the sixth girl is before we get back to Dahye? Like, what's the plan here?
Maybe. Maybe. Depends on how weird jealous he might get if things go well between her and Dongjin.
Do you think Dongjin's gonna go to the X room if he has a choice? He didn't even open the box yet.
Oh. No, he did open the box though.
Wait,
he just didn't want to open it right then when he opened it after most people went to sleep.
Dongjin did?
Oh, Dongjin. No, Dongjin didn't. Sorry. I thought you said Dongjin.
Is he going to eventually open his box and then that's going to be the turning point? Whenever he decides to open that box, that means he's broken down and he's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Yeah, I would say that. But he says he already knows what's in it. When he didn't open it, he was like, yeah.
Is there a dead cat in his box?
I would hope we would have noticed by now.
If you put a cat, what is it? It's Schrodinger's dilemma, or what is that thing called? Schrodinger's box. It's like you put a cat in the box.
Schrodinger's cat,
with no air holes.
It's not no air holes. It's like a particle that might kill a cat or something, right?
Yeah, or something, yeah. It's like, is the cat dead or alive? You don't know. You don't know it's in that box until you actually open the box.
Yeah. But he's pretty sure he knows the state of the cat in that box.
The point in time where he is willing to be curious about what's in the box is the time that he's
when
going
he's
to
most
get
open
back
to
together with Dahye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a fair read. I believe that.
All right. Where are we? Oh yeah.
Um,
K1 and Dongjun. Oh, Dongjin. Not one. Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
We
yeah,
did it. We did it. We did it.
they just blew some bubbles together and seemed to have a nice time. The simplest of our unofficial dates. Oh, we get Yujung tells Dahye that she's made up her mind. She doesn't say about who, but we can assume it is Ju-won from Context Clues.
But he's not going to text her tonight, so
Yeah.
let's see.
And then Dahye kind of gushes to her about her date with Chungjin and how he was really comfy. And like, I think that Yujung basically gives her blessing. She's just like, good, you should be happy. So like, from a Yujung perspective, she is
Again,
fine with someone else dating her
Juwon
ex.
has not texted her yet, but okay.
Okay.
Also, her ex hasn't texted her yet.
This is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's some cooking and they make an awkward, all the women sit down to eat and they decide they're gonna sit every other seat. So that way when the men come in, they must choose to sit next to women.
Did they do that on purpose? I actually missed it, but then I saw it looked like it was on purpose.
Yeah. They definitely did that.
Oh,
on
don't
purpose.
worry, guys. It doesn't mean anything the way you said. We won't look into it at all.
Not at all.
Oh, the funny part about that was, or the part I liked was that Songjong and Chongjin were like at the head of each side of the table.
Yes.
And they just kept like awkwardly making eye contact with each other. But then when they did it, they just Songjong just called it out. Like, I feel like I keep making eye contact with you. But they're all the way on the opposite sides of like a 10-person table. So they're just shouting across the table to each other. Songjong is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then eventually it's texting time again. So Yujung gets one text, which is a doozy. I won't let you down anymore. Thank you for telling me what I was lacking in. The cologne smells amazing. I'll use it every day. So Kwang Tae was just like, thank you for scolding me. I enjoyed it.
He said, I won't let you down anymore. Thank you for telling me what I was lacking in. That really gets me going.
Sure.
She actually gets 2 texts. You can't fool me. I actually,
yeah.
From a note-taking perspective, it's very annoying that they do this.
Oh, yeah, I hate it.
They're like, they got 1 text, and then halfway through the texting reveals, a second text for that person that only had 1 text.
Yeah, so at the very end, we find out she gets a second text, which is, I'll do my laundry well, thanks, and that's from Changjin. Oh, here's the thing I wanted to talk about. Earlier, it was a minor thing, but like he's like, I need some towels, and she gives him some towels. And I feel like last season, there was so much towel storyline with like exes trying to get back together.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I think the game is like, well, not that it worked last season, but like
it worked.
To be a move.
It worked. She got the towels.
And she got the towels, but she didn't get back with him.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to work this season either, but he did get
That's
the towels. In terms of getting towels and saying,
it worked.
Saying words to your ex. I mean, it works.
Yeah. So it's the move. Ask for some towels. And maybe it changes the entire course of the rest of the show. I don't know.
Yeah, because we also found out that like when Seokhyun was like asking about the bathroom, that was also with her ex. Because she was like talking to Juwon. It's like have we had a situation where somebody was like, oh, I need a towel, and they asked like somebody of the opposite sex and it's not their ex, or like anything shower related, or I feel like in this, at least in like the 3 cases I can think of, it's always the exes.
Yeah,
is that like a huge spoiler if we ever see the towel game come out?
I mean, maybe it's just like, well, I feel like maybe there was a broader conversation about towels happening this time. I don't know that he specifically went to just her, but she sure did jump up and go get him some towels.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there was also a weird interaction where like she got him like 3 towels, and then I feel like he was like oh, he was like, oh, do you have more towels? Meaning, like, I feel like he wanted to make sure that she still had towels left for herself.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I feel like she took it like, oh, he wants more than 3 towels. I can't confirm if that was actually the case, but that's what it seemed like. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
This fucking asshole wants more than 3 towels.
The towel game is a fine line. You cannot be too greedy with the towels. You will make your ex angry.
Well, he wasn't being greedy. He was trying to be kind and be like, I can only take 1. I only really need 1 if you need these other 2. But he didn't say it like that.
All right, then Quante gets 0 texts,
Back to 0. Here we go.
which feels right. Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Dongjin gets a text from Sokyun, which is the braised spicy chicken was so good. And then she also thanks him for a photo he took on their date that she's using as a background picture for her phone. So,
Yeah. What the fuck is Sokyun doing?
following her heart, by which I mean following her stomach.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay, yeah. This is kind of where I threw it in, yeah. But wait, was the brace, that was from today? So like,
Yeah, that was from today.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Because it was weird because she was like choosing between the 2 dates the previous night, but she didn't choose Dongjin, but then today she did. So literally the food is the only difference in the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, she even like referenced something from the date yesterday, but didn't bother to text him yesterday because today he made food. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time she texted, as long as somebody made dinner that night, she texted the person who made dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fact check it, but I think it happened.
It feels right.
It feels right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Dongjin got 1 text. I had a lot of fun today, thanks to you, Dahe, coming in with the thanks.
She
for the date
didn't text Dongjin. Let's go.
Progress. I love it.
It won't last though, but
I'm gonna
even when she
maintain
explained
hope.
Yeah, even when she explained why she texts Chongjin, it was like pretty clear that she barely texted him.
But she did it. Baby steps, you know?
But it was like
she's
Heian
trying.
texted Wanbin like one time after they had a date, right? At last season or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It feels like that until I see any more evidence otherwise, but we'll see.
Okay. But Heian also like texted her ex whilst on a date with someone too. So at least it's not that bad.
Yeah. But she's been with her ex from the beginning, and this is the first time she switched. Heian had to come in late. Yeah. All right.
This is where we do get some confessional stuff with Dongjin, where he was annoyed, but he's an adult, and he's like, this was the right thing for her to do. So good job, Dongjin.
Yeah, like he actually cares about her and her feelings. And respects them.
Amazing. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. It's great. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily rooting for it, but I'm not against it like I am with so many of these other exes. That's good.
Then we get Haewon gets a text from Dongjin, so must have had fun with the bubbles or whatever. So sure. Huihyun gets 2 texts, one from Sungjong and one from Haewon, which is I don't have anything to say now.
Yep.
So that's a quality text that you'd love to get.
Yep. If someone feels like you were mean to them, then they'll pay more attention to you. Classic Korean dating show.
But she says she's done with him in a confessional, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Sure.
Shingjung gets 0 texts, which is bullshit because she's fun and nice, and I feel like she should be getting texts.
Yeah, like Huihyun's not even texting you. Who the hell did Huihyun text in this? Sokyun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they did go on a date. They did go on a date. I mean, he went on the walk with her though today, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah, so Sokyun gets 2 texts, one from Huihyun and one from Juwon.
Juwon. Why? Why now, Juwon? Why? What happened? Oh, you know what happened?
He made her some food.
No,
he literally texted her about food.
We skipped over it, but I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because after the day after he complained to her about touching the other guys, like the next day, she like put lip balm on for him and like touched him in some way. And
made him feel some sort of way. Yeah,
Sokyun's got these guys wrapped around her finger, baby. This Juwon is so manipulatable. Yeah, it's such an ugly look. Because like, I don't know, if there was like some consistency, even this would be ugly as fuck still. But like, if there was some consistency to be like, I don't like women who like behave this way and touch like guys they're not dating or something like. But like, it's literally like he had a problem with it when it was with other guys, and then when she does it to him, he instantly switches to start texting her. Like, it's like, oh, okay, so you don't really have a problem with it. It's just
has a problem when it's other guys.
When it's other guys, even when you're not even dating anymore. It's just totally unreasonable behavior and not consistent at all. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Also, Yu Jung's gonna be pissed as fuck. But
yeah.
That I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for, yeah.
Yeah. Because Jiwon gets one text and it's from Yoo-jung, and she gets nothing in return from him. So
Yeah.
and then of course Dahae gets no text.
I don't think Juwon's gonna have the same like kink that Taeyeon, Kwante has
Yeah,
about being
yeah.
like, yeah, you stopped texting me, and he's gonna be like, how'd you know? Because I'm not fucking stupid. You are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah. What'd you say? Yoo-jung text Juwon? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
then Dahae got no text. Yeah.
She texted, "Were you waiting? Okay." Is that was like to be like,
Were you okay while I was on my date? I think is what it is. Like,
yeah,
were you waiting for me while I was gone?
yeah. Like I don't even think that's why Juwon didn't text her. But maybe
No.
if he can smoothly be like, oh, I got a little annoyed that you went on a date with somebody else. Like I feel like Yoo-jung might understand that.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
But yeah. But I don't think he's gonna be smooth and know what to say to make her feel good about it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then Dahae and Changjin got 0. Okay.
Well, Changjin got one from Dahae, so.
Not this time. Oh wait, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, we
yeah.
got one this time. Oh, whatever. I wrote him down twice. Once is having one text and once having 0 text. Okay. You are correct.
Okay, and in that text that he sent to Yoo-jung is where we finally get this reveal that he is Yoo-jung's ex. Surprise.
Not surprised. Were you surprised? Were you surprised? Yes or no?
No, no.
No, you had this. Okay.
Yeah,
You didn't fall for it. Okay. Good job.
yeah. I mean, I've been saying since a while that the next guy that shows up was Yoo-jung's ex.
Well,
I think.
there's gonna be 2 guys that show up. How would you know it's the next guy?
I said the next guy because it's what
You're just predicting.
I'm not
blindly.
assuming. Yeah, I'm not.
You are assuming.
I'm not
You're assuming it's the next guy.
No, I'm not assuming that there's gonna be another guy.
Okay.
I mean, there probably is, but
in season 2, a couple got kicked off the show, and they still had 6 couples. Why wouldn't they have 6 with nobody getting kicked off the show?
I don't know, because sometimes things change. It's a different
Okay.
team running it now. I don't know. I'm just using what I got in front of me right now.
There'll be an extra reveal every other episode, but there's only going to be 5 couples. You know, the patterns.
No.
He follows the patterns.
Well, that pattern was meant to be until they ran out of X's to reveal, okay? And already the pattern's, gone, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you giving up on the pattern idea. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, giving up on the pattern.
Nothing matters anymore. They probably will have way less people than last season.
I mean, it's not it's 2 less people. It's not
4
that
less
big
people.
of a deal.
Technically,
it's not 4 less people.
Because they got rid of a whole 2 people last season.
Oh, well, those 2 people don't count.
They don't count? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, so they met at a mutual friend's birthday party. He instantly fell in love with her.
You wrote down this whole like positive side of their relationship.
I'm just doing the highlights.
Okay.
They showed a bunch of cute as fuck dating videos and pictures. They seemed like they had a really silly fun time together. And she still resents him for something that we don't get to find out what it is.
Yeah, the only thing I wrote down, they never told us anything about the breakup, which is the only thing I was going to write down. She's at some point she says something along the line of she suffered before she broke up and was bitter towards him. And that's the entire breakup backstory that we get in the whole like 20-minute reveal.
Yeah, basically it's his fault.
Come on.
That's all we know. They were together for 11 months.
According to her, it's his fault.
No, according to him also.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah, when they were talking in the cafe, he's basically like more or less copying to like, oh, it's me, I'm the problem.
Well, so I think we talked about this last year, but like if somebody did like cheat on their ex and then they came back on the show, like would the show even talk about it? Probably not, right?
I don't think the show would talk about it.
Yeah, because Korea's like too PG for that shit or something.
I would think so.
Huh.
I don't know. And then also like it doesn't make you want to root for them getting back together either. So like that's what the show is rooting for.
Well, I think the show is rooting for them to get back together because like they're not showing you the problems they had.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If the show is rooting for the couple to get back together, so you wouldn't want to tell people that one of them cheated on the other one because that's going to be hard for a lot of people to then root for them.
Oh, yeah. But like Seokhyun and Juwon's story is like something people might root for. Like,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't really get when it seems to me like that. Okay, that's like a standard breakup. So they're gonna tell people about it because there's nothing like R-rated about that breakup, I guess.
They had a fight. Everybody fights. Everybody can relate to
So
that.
you think there's
I think, the
something
perspective.
you think there's something like R-rated about their breakup?
I mean, not necessarily, but that's what I'm going to assume if they're not going to give me any details. I'm
Really?
going to assume that's why they're not going to give me any details.
That's kind of fucked. Okay.
Well, just given that we are presented with this, like, she really resents him. He is the reason that they broke up. Like, it was presented as it was his fault.
If this was the other way around, would you assume that?
Yeah, I assumed that Haeun cheated on Gyumin.
Oh, you did.
Because they didn't give us any information.
By the end of it,
and they presented it like it was her fault. Yeah. Yeah, in the end, they kind of explained some stuff that made it seem like maybe that was the case. Yeah. But it's still like, I think there was room in there.
Yeah, honestly, if she might have, like, it was a little bit like explained, like, oh, she started going out partying with her friends.
Yeah.
Or something.
And he didn't like it, harumph or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe, it's like you could break up over that, but it did seem like
eventually,
we were missing something.
Yeah, eventually with that, though, like the way Gyumin himself talked about it on the show made it sound like it wasn't a cheating. Like, he was like, I was at fault for like holding you back from being able to party or something. Like, it softened towards the end there. But yeah, I assume all kinds of people cheat. I am a equal opportunity assumer of bad deeds, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like they wouldn't put the couple on the show if that was their backstory.
I think this show is really hard to cast, so they might have to.
Okay, like, between these two people, like, are these must-have people on your TV show? Yoo Jung and Chungjin? From what we've seen,
might be.
Like, I guess we've been told Yoo Jung is like, oh, the universally like attractive person that everybody's gonna like.
But she also has that like personality of like she like the way she told Quante exactly like what she was upset about. Like that kind of like personality might be something you want at least one of your contestants to have, you know?
Maybe.
To add a little spice on that front.
I don't know. I always just feel like they wouldn't cast you if your breakup was based on that. It also seems like a very low odds that you would agree to come on the show, but
well, remember she is a model. She is a model. So like there's always that aspect of this might help her career and maybe that's why she's here.
Okay. I guess it's a chance. I still think it's very unlikely, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know until they give me something else to latch on to.
Chongjin is like way not attractive enough to cheat on to be somebody that cheats.
I don't know that is a prohibitive thing. Like
what other woman would want to be with this guy?
Somebody somewhere, I'm sure. You know, like I don't think
Dahae and Chongjin like cheated like, together.
He's not like gross or anything. Like he's just not like movie star hot or whatever.
I'm just repeating what the show's telling me.
Hey, he must have something going for him if Yoo Jung actually did date him after all of the I can't picture him with Yoo Jung comments, if you know what I'm saying. He's got something going for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what Yoo Jung's really into. I mean, he's tall. He's tallish, right?
Hey, if there's anything we've learned from these shows, tall is the answer.
Yeah, but is he the tallest guy that Yoo Jung has ever been met?
It's the tallest man she's ever seen.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's it. He's just tall.
Yeah,
I don't really know what Yoo Jung likes. I mean, apparently she likes Ju-won, but I don't really know why. Okay. Yeah, they broke up 4 months ago, and they dated for 11 months. I assume he invited her because he does not cut the string, and she does.
Mm-hmm. But she's a model, so maybe she invited him because I don't know. Okay,
that's fucked. That's fucked as fuck. like even if he cheated on her, that still seems messed up to invite him on the show.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, basically it seems like he came on the show to get back with her, right?
Yeah, I think he does say something like, if it wasn't for the show, I don't think you'd ever talk to me again.
Yeah.
So it seems a lot like a Ju-won.
Yeah, he definitely invited her. He wouldn't say that if he didn't invite her, right? It's like, yeah, I'm using this show to talk to you. I'm glad you agreed to be on it.
I guess, yeah. It's almost that. But yeah, that's it. We did it. We got to the end.
Yeah, I'm not excited about Yoo Jung's story going forward. It seems like she's gonna kind of be sour about all the other guys in the house, and I don't even know if she's gonna get back with her ex, but I feel like it's gonna be something. There's whatever the story is between her and her ex. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't know what it's gonna be. I just feel like it's gonna be messy and
Mhm.
not up my alley in terms of what I prefer to watch on these shows.
Yeah, the preview for next episode was big time highlighting Yu Jung having a bad time.
She's gonna be pissed about Juwon, and I'm here for that. I'm looking forward to that.
Hmm.
If she's not pissed about Juwon, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, then you'll know that the being pissed about things was just because she's not into Quante.
I guess so. But then, like, yeah, I won't trust her words anymore. She won't be consistent.
I think she probably will be pissed.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. Well, I have no idea if there's any notes that we didn't go through from my end.
Do you want do a once over? Just check, see if there's anything important you really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, sure. Oh, Yewan.
Uh-huh.
When after they did the age reveal with Yewan, she noticed like Seokhyun and Huihyun like touching each other and like high-fiving and stuff. It was a lot of high-fiving.
Yeah.
Which she even bothered
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Classic Koreans getting bothered. She tells us that it made her heart ache and made her sad, and she admits that she's starting to hate Seokhyun a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's having a rough time. I don't think it's gonna get better.
I'm Team Seokhyun.
Yeah, I like Seokhyun.
I'm not super hyped about like any relationship she has going on the show right now, but I'm team her on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was the episodes where Juwon was like dumb and thought the producers texted him something about like thanks for cooking tonight, and then he replied, I hope I was helpful. And then he found out later that was not from the producers. That's how you know he didn't watch season 1 of the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the concept. Like you can just tell he hasn't watched the show because he doesn't understand that if you invite somebody on, that doesn't mean, and they agree to come on it, like it doesn't mean that they have feelings for you necessarily.
He was just
he like doesn't
on
understand
Instagram.
The texting procedure. Like, come on.
He was just on Instagram trying to message her, realizing he's blocked, and saw an ad for casting for this show and went, oh, I can make my ex talk to me. Okay, let's go.
And the ad was like, looking for couples that broke up in the last 6 months. And he said, yes, that's me. Because that's all we have here. I don't think they were all as close to the showtime last year. Were they? I thought some of them were at least like
I thought they were.
Break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like Wonbin and Jisoo were like several years even, I thought. They were broken up for a while.
Yeah, because they broke up like, yeah, it was at least like 2 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they wanted things to be spicier this season by having more recent trauma. I don't know.
There was a scene of Dahae watching the video she took on her phone of Songjin flipping over Dongjin when they were playing that like leg flipping game.
Yep.
Yeah. I did write down the changes her pants in Dongjin's bathroom thing, actually. That was funny.
It's so awkward.
Dongjin actually lies to her about his date with Yu Jung.
Yeah, she's like, where are you going? And he's like, out. She's like, but where? And he's like, it's a personal appointment. Which, I mean, is not inaccurate.
But then they like leave the house together. Like, it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. From Dongjin's perspective, I don't really get the lying. I mean, maybe he's just not trying to make her feel bad, I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dahae admits to us that her anger is coming from jealousy. Nice. Thank you.
Self-aware.
I like that. Okay. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
What about Songjung? Come on. There's got to be more Songjung. Soccer?
There was soccer. Yeah, we talked about that, right?
Oh, yeah, there was like a bunch of scenes of like her and Huihyun like sitting together, right?
Yeah.
They sat by the fire. Come on.
Oh, right.
Very cute vibes. They're essentially like doing nothing and having fun with each other. So I don't know. I was vibing with it.
Yeah.
Because he's like trying to study, right? But she's
like hanging out with him, and
then he like stops studying to talk to her, and like we see their conversation. They're talking about nothing, nothing important at all, and we don't get a lot of that in this show. I feel like it's always like we go on an official date and let's talk about like our exes or you know how we've been what we've been doing on the show, but Songjin and
They're just
Huihyun
having
are
a real
actually
human conversation.
just
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, they're talking about like the school they went to and singing the fight song of their school. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's not much of anything, but it's like better vibes than we usually get, I think.
Yeah.
At least for me.
So like, what the fuck is up with him and his all over the place texting? I don't know.
Yeah, there must be just like from his side of the story, like in terms of these two together, like we're only really getting Songjung's side of the story.
Yeah.
Like he must just, I mean, again, Songjung is new. She's a latecomer to the show, and he must have some feelings built up about the other women where
I guess
he's
that's true.
prioritizing them.
Well, Seokyeon does occasionally touch him, so that might have a big sway.
Yeah, it does. It's good strategy. But I mean, I want to see Songjung have a go with somebody on this show, so I'm here for it, even if people don't really like Huihyun. Yeah, she definitely thinks he's hot.
Yeah, I think she says like he's her ideal type or whatever, right?
Yeah. Songjun and Juwon revealed to everybody that they went to the arcade together.
Oh, that's right.
Apparently, they were allowed to do that.
But it was also like a silly thing to keep from everyone for so long. I don't know.
Also, Songjung was the one that asked Huihyun on the unofficial walking date. Woman asked the guy out. Woman asked the guy out. Let's go.
That's true. We don't get a lot of that. That's pretty good.
Songjung's awesome. We need more Songjung.
I agree.
Before her ex shows up, we need more Songjung. That's probably as much as I've got.
All right.
I'm about tapped out here.
Fair.
We made it. My voice got worse and worse as the podcast went, but we made it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you still have it.
My God. Okay.
So what are we doing next week?
We're doing Transit Love 3. Well, I don't say week anymore.
Or next time. Yeah, that's accurate.
Next time, we'll be talking about Transit Love 3, but we're only going to do episodes 10 and 11 because that is what the listeners recommended.
Yeah, AH suggested that that's a good breakdown or good grouping of episodes.
Backed up and supported by Interregnum. So,
oh, yeah.
I don't know
and
why.
It makes our life easier to only have to watch 2.
Oh, that's true. Can the podcast be shorter if we only have 2 episodes?
The world may never know. We'll see.
How long is this fucking podcast? Oh my God, Sarah. The longest one so far. I'm not surprised.
No. There are several extended periods of silence from when you took a break to go sort yourself. So it's less than
You're making it sound weird, Sarah. What do you mean?
To go get a beverage and take some cold medicine.
Yeah. Wow, really?
Just throwing you under the bus there.
I don't even know what you meant by that. Sort myself. Jesus.
Try to, keep your voice. Because you get sick.
Yeah.
You are sick at this point, I think it's fair to say.
I guess so. I knew I was like a little bit sick when I started the podcast, but I didn't realize it was going to get this bad. All right, so next time, 10 and 11. I don't know why we're doing only 10 and 11, but we are.
We'll find out.
And that's fine. Whatever, however you want us to do it, we'll do it. If you want us to go chronological order, if you want us to go reverse chronological order, we'll figure out a way to do that too. What's whatever you guys want. Yeah.
And if you want us to just be nice to you, we can do that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could tell me if you want me to be nice or mean to you. Like, I don't think people realize that they want people to be mean to them until people are mean to them.
Okay.
Like I like these people might listen to the podcast, I make them cry, but then they come back, and listen, and they love us even more afterwards.
Yeah. I hope you didn't make anybody cry. Jeez.
They make anybody rage quit our podcast.
Well, now we'll never know because they definitely won't leave a comment about it.
If they rage quit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably true. Yeah, are there any more like insults I can just throw out before? Most of my insults were just like Juwon sucks, and if you like Juwon,
you do.
But yeah. What else did I say? I don't think I was mean enough, honestly.
I think you were probably plenty mean.
I need to call people silly more often. I think that was the real effective way of getting people to like you is calling them silly.
I mean,
Sarah, you think Songjung and Kwante are exes, right? You silly girl.
Gross. Don't do it. I don't like it.
That came out so weird with my voice. Okay. Have I convinced you that they're not exes?
I mean, you're probably right or whatever, but I think there's room for me to be right too. Or instead.
I mean, only one of us will be right.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
not really room for both of us to be right.
Unless, no. Double X's. There's that's room for us to be right. Both be right.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will say, last season, our people that we got at the end were a couple. The last two
Yeah,
came
that shit was like fucked though because they lost a couple. Right?
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Yep. Oh, so now you're back to last season. That's how they did it.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. And that man hid on the second floor the moment she walked through the door. So it just was a little weird.
He had the I'm gonna ask people out on dates as they come upstairs strategy.
I guess that's true. It's like a bridge troll, except instead of paying a toll, you get asked out on a date. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like Chongjin is the photographer that photographed Yoojung and then needed another male guy and then invited Kwante.
Right. But
is that still on the table? Is that a possibility? Like he was a photographing hobbyist. But Kwante would have known him though. So that's not the case. Okay.
And also like I never agreed that scenario was necessarily with Yoojung.
Oh, that's true.
So that scenario could be with Songjong, and then we just get the photographer X coming in next.
Oh. But they revealed the photographer being Songjong's ex first to confuse us, and then Kwante's the last. Okay. I'm here for it. That would make sense. Because they're trying to like double fake us out. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Bam.
All right. Where can people contact us, Sarah?
People can email us at keepwatchingpod@gmail.com. Tweet at us at keepwatchingpod. Instagram at us at keepwatchingpod. Leave a comment under this video on YouTube also at keepwatchingpod. And if you feel as though James was mean enough to you today that it makes you love him more or whatever, you can leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
You want them to leave a review if they're like mad at me for being mean to them?
No. If they love you more, that you were mean to them.
Okay.
If they're into that sort of thing. And if they're not, they can also leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts and say that they like me being
one
nice to them.
star. They were mean to me.
No. I was not mean. I was never mean to our listeners.
But you said you sign off on anything I say.
I said no such thing. I explicitly said that is not true. Sometimes I just talk away from it so we can ignore that it happens.
Wait, have you done that before this episode? What have I said in the past that you had to
I don't know.
scoot by?
I don't remember. Probably something.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
This is my official message that I do not sign off on all the things that you say automatically. It's just not true.
Yeah, but you don't even tell me what you don't agree with. Goddamn.
I feel like the listeners get it. That's all that matters.
I mean, it sounds like I'm not learning anything because no one's telling me what I'm doing wrong. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, so I need to be more Yoojung here?
More Yoojung? Oh, yeah, more Yoojung. I'm thinking Ju-on.
I'm
thinking Ju-on. Okay.
No. I told you to be nice to the listeners, but you don't listen to me.
Yeah,
so here we are.
That was all like, sarcastic as fuck.
What? The be nice to the listeners?
No,
the
being mean to the listeners was very sarcastic. So
okay.
You corrected me on that. Doesn't mean anything. But it sounds like you actually think I fucked up real bad at some point.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I don't know. It sounds real to me.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah. Surely I won't know. Okay.
No, I wouldn't let you say anything truly offensive on the podcast. I would make sure you learned something.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you're driving, so you let me know when we're done here.
Oh, I mean, I think we're done here, but
okay.
You always do the outro. I don't even know what it is.
Well, I just don't want to, grab the steering wheel and tell you when you're done driving. So
it's your turn. It's your turn. I've gotten out of the car. Drive? Yeah. You drive this off the cliff at the end. Let's go. Or into the sunset or whatever.
Okay. Actually, the listeners should tell us what their favorite part of their face is.
Yes, tell us the favorite part of your face.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't say eyes, we know what that means.
Do we know what that means?
Yeah,
What does it mean?
means you don't got great eyes.
Okay. Sure. Or they just have a fantastic nose or
Okay,
eyebrows or chin or
I guess that's
whatever.
possible.
Yeah. They could have good faces. I'm sure they do.
Let us know if you think you could have dated you John.
I have faith in you all. You all could have
I
dated
think I'll
Yu
be
Jung.
honest. I think all the listeners could have dated you, Jung.
Well, if they're tall enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably. Because that feels like the qualifier most
All
of
you
the
have to
time
be
on
is
these
like,
shows.
yeah, you can be dull, but yeah, I guess if you're tall, it's better. I guess I could have dated you, Jung, right?
He
Why
didn't
not?
seem dull in their footage from when they were together.
That's
He
true.
seemed fun in the past. Those days may be over, but in the past he seemed fun.
Okay. Are you gonna end this podcast or what? What are we doing?
No, I thought I told you you were ending the podcast. You're gonna just not do it, so I have to do it? Okay. It's just thanks for listening, right? Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.